Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Your monkey walks into your home wearing what she had on last night. You say, is this a game?
No. What would you do, Bart?
Bart leaves the room. She chases him.
God almighty.
Jason Bart around
Making
the house, dressed up
weird
like a cat.
tiger sound.
Yeah. What would you do, Bart?
I have a baseball bat. It would come into.
There's Kim Mulkey chasing Bart around.
Oh, that would be awesome.
And he's the one with the baseball bat.
No, there would be no chase. No. There would be no chase. There would be no chase.
Pinned up against the corner.
No.
If you're not for Kim Mulkey, maybe we can find somebody that is.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Pete Weber. Pete Weber, 14 years ago yesterday, won the 2012 U.S. Open of bowling and was very, very impressed with himself. Remember this?
Strike to claim it. A strike to claim it.
It's the only time we paid attention to bowling.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Pete Weber.
Oh, yeah.
You think he'd be a
Power
good match
couple.
for Kim Mulkey?
Yes,
Power couple.
Power couple. Pete Weber, Kim Mulkey.
You got competition, Bart.
Yeah.
He's free. He's free to
I don't
win.
think I'm going to be able to get that image out of my mind all day. Kim Mulkey chasing Bart around the house. Oh, my God. That is brutal. Stomach turning.
The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for The Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
We've got to have a therapist come in here and just help us work through the past and how today doesn't have to be yesterday.
We do shows like this to avoid discussions like that. So let's just keep that out of the workplace, okay? That defeats the entire purpose of even being here. I'm as deep as I want to get in this room. Let me just tell you, I'm not going any deeper with you guys. I'm not playing your little self-help game. I'm not doing that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
At my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo Show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
I'm still going to need somebody to help me figure out why the NCAA basketball tournament is going to expand from 68 to 76 teams. I've been reading about this morning, trying to figure it out. I don't even know how they're going to make it work. You know, how do you bracket this? Why are you doing it? Who benefits from it? Just why they're doing it.
Well, that's what we have Bart for.
Well, I know, and
Good morning.
I'm hoping maybe Bart can sort it all out for me.
Yeah, well, I think we all are. That's the first thing I thought.
He's our
when
beacon.
When the news came out, Bart will have thoughts, and so I don't really have to worry about it. I just think we are at a spot in particularly college athletics where we've forgotten that less is more.
It's just crazy. I mean, 68 is, I don't pay attention that closely to the play-in games in Dayton. I mean, I watch them, but it's not like I'm hanging on every play. From what I read, this is not, believe it or not, they say it's not about money, but rather to allow power conferences to get more bids. Now, they're going to get more windfall the further, theoretically, they go along, so there would be a profit. But it's not necessary. I mean, you're not going to be able to milk more money out of CBS over, hey, I got 8 more teams in the NCAA tournament. We got 4 big games. You know, you got to pay for them. I don't think they're going to be able to pull that part off. I just I think it's fine the way it is. I think it's been fine. I don't even think they needed the play-in games. 64 was good with me. But 76 was just, it just seems like a, it's an
Yeah,
even number, but it seems odd.
What's the reason is the real question you're asking, right?
As power conferences,
what
I
are we-
guess.
But I mean, what for? Like,
well,
what's
I
the
mean,
point? Like, do we have a major argument about just the sad situation of teams getting left out of the tournament this year?
Evidently, they think so. I mean, evidently they do.
That'll always be the case. You can have 100 teams, and there's going to be a bleeding heart story about a team or 2 or 3 that could have been there because we expanded to 100.
And I think the Pearl family was up to this.
Well, I don't know.
No, this was before that happened, but I hear you.
I think Steven got
I
that
know.
Well,
on the case.
you said something there that I think kind of goes to the heart of the basketball thing. Maybe not the heart of it, but it's at least part of the equation, and it really has a lot to do with the football. We hear these stories. Oh, so and so got left out. Oh, it's criminal that they got left out. What's the first thing we do on Selection Sunday after the selections are announced? They go to Dickie V, and he tells us who got robbed. We argued at the end of the college football season about who was worthy of the 12th spot or the 8th spot or whatever. I'm hesitant to say that this is about giving everybody a chance. I'm not going to go that far, but because there's always a financial component involved, at least it seems there is. But it's like it just makes no sense to me. It's gotten so big, football and basketball, that the purpose, making the tournament is a great deal. Making the playoff in football is an even better deal. But it's not the end-all, be-all. I would think winning the championship's the end-all, be-all. We're putting a lot of teams in the playoff that don't have a prayer.
If you're just joining us, I hope you have, because we just started. The NCAA has initiated the final steps to expand the men's and women's basketball
tournaments. Can I complain a little more early in the morning?
76 teams.
Oh, why?
Well, yes, it's Wednesday. That's what Wednesdays are for.
Isn't this a whine?
It's whiny
Wednesday.
Wine Wednesday, and also wine down Wednesday.
That's wine down, wine up,
at
wine
down. But at least at Macadoodles, you get 15% off.
That's right.
I do think. Obviously, from a television standpoint, it doesn't matter how good the games are necessarily. It matters what kind of inventory you have to sell. And so they get more inventory to sell. But by the time you then pay the sites and do the things to create more games and send more teams, I don't know how much more money you really make.
Yeah, there's really not.
For me, though, it's about this. And Bart, I know whenever you're ready,
just jump in.
You're running around, probably fixing a printer. Did anybody carry the printer paper up? I can go get that in the next break. Continuing servant leadership, a contest with Edward.
No,
Edward I was going to do it.
Yeah, Edward was going to do it first.
But Edward's got a whole other story about how his morning started today. He's already done quite enough already.
Has he really?
Yeah,
it was a rocky story.
We'll get to that.
Okay.
But I just wonder, because of the things we always talk about with the NCAA and the lack of, and I hate to do this, but it's just so true, the lack of leadership. And when we say lack of leadership, somebody has to be appointed and have authority and be in charge to actually be able to create change that's impactful. And that's the issue we have. We don't have anyone in that seat over college athletics. We talk about a commissioner in football or whatever. We don't have anybody there. So people, it's like Congress or the Senate or Washington. It's somebody gets enough support and they can move something through. And who is really looking at what makes college athletics enjoyable and what's made it bigger every year? You get more eyeballs and people enjoy games and they enjoy the entertainment of college athletics. My thought is I'm afraid we're doing things in college athletics that will make it less attractive. And I don't know that 76 teams in the NCAA tournament really matters, like on the surface, or less people going to watch. But when it becomes a more inclusive deal, then it's less of a big deal to make it. And the earlier rounds are what we all sort of enjoyed because of upsets. And it feels like the more we expand, the less of those we're going to really have. And I don't know that it makes it a more attractive product. And I think the same thing about the college football playoff, because these teams that are getting in have no chance to win the national championship. They have no chance. So what is the need to get them in? If the end goal is to have the teams that, the select few teams in that have a chance to win it.
Well, because this is more entertaining than the old BCS way, even though the BCS was probably just as fair. I mean, it gives you more games, and, people watch it, and you can play it up the way you want to. I honestly think a lot of this is, what's in it for me? I think a lot of the commissioners out there, and we as fans, we do. We're the what's in it for me generation, so to speak. And we've always had conferences. We've always had conference commissioners. But it seemed like, anyway, maybe I'm being idealistic, but it seemed like these guys were stewards of the game back then. They wanted to do well, wanted to make their conference money, wanted everything, but the game seemed to work better back then. Now there's so much money on the table, and it's a cash grab, and everybody's in it for themselves. And we say, well, Greg Sankey's job's to take care of the SEC, and the Big 12 guy's job's to take care of his league, and the Big 10's, that's his job. And but somebody's got to take care of college football or college basketball. Somebody's got to be the one. But it seemed like for years and years and years we got along fine without that guy. But now it seems like everybody feels like without that person that there's no chance of anything ever being resolved.
You just said something that I thought about right after you said it. We did this, we're doing this because it's better than the BCS was. And I thought to myself, I don't know that it is.
Well, no, that's a different subject, but you can have that debate.
When we had that, you had two teams. Forget how we selected them, okay? Let's just say we got two teams, and that's the teams that play, or four. Four's okay. Let's just say we had four teams. Every other game that was played in the postseason, somebody won a championship of some sort that mattered to two school fan bases. Now you have a playoff, and you have all of these games that really aren't that good of games. And it takes away from all the other bowl games. Those aren't nearly as exciting. So I would argue that we had more meaningful games in a smaller playoff with a broader, significant bowl system than we do in the college football playoff. That would be my argument. You could watch football over the course of 2 or 3 weeks and see a whole bunch of meaningful games that felt like you were watching a game that mattered. And in the playoff, you turn it on, and the favorites pretty much dominate.
We've cheated ourselves because a lot of these bowl games now are not really as good a matchups as they once were. Anything beyond the playoff, try to figure out when the game's on. Try to tell me when the Orange Bowl, or it changes every year. Everything's different than it was before, and to me, there's just not a rhyme or reason to it now. And as a result, you've only got maybe 2-3 really meaningful games. You get down to the semifinals of the college football playoff, the way it's structured now, and then obviously the championship games, maybe even 1 or 2 of the quarterfinal games. Those are going to be good games. Those are going to be meaningful games, and we're going to talk about them for the better part of a week. But that's pretty much it. I don't recall much conversation about any of the other bowl games. We don't talk about any of them. And the only reason we talked about some of them before is because the Razorbacks in some years had a chance to play in them. I don't know who played in the Outback Bowl last year. Anybody off the top of their head remember that? It's not even the Outback Bowl anymore.
I don't think it's called the Outback Bowl.
So the point
That's
is,
a shame.
but my point is we only pay attention now, if we're really honest, and maybe it's happened without us even realizing it. We only have 3 or 4 really meaningful games during the bowl season, and that's when we get to the end of the playoff.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that we've taken away the bowl games that were interesting to watch. We've put it into a playoff, and a lot of those games aren't interesting to watch, and it's taken away from all those other games. Look, sometimes less is more, and everything right now feels like it's got to be more in college athletics.
Well, it's like you take a good thing, first thing you got to do is expand it. You know, this is really good. We got to expand it. Well, how about let this thing settle for a couple of years, you know, and let's see, you know, how the best way to make it better really is.
Nobody's in charge of, I shouldn't say nobody's paying attention. Nobody's in charge of what's the best thing for the company. What's the best thing for the company? The company being the sport or the business of the entertainment of college football.
Well, you've got to be a good steward of the
basketball.
game. Be a good steward of the game.
But there's nobody in charge of that.
I would like
literally
to volunteer.
Bart,
I know.
This is a situation that cries out for Bart.
Here's the thing. Let's say, just for fun, not that you're really not the best guy for the job, but let's say just for fun you are. And somebody, you or anybody else, wants to make that happen. Here's the problem. There's no way to make it happen. Okay? What would be the process in naming you or Nick Saban that person? What would be the process? Where would you even start the process?
He'd have to campaign.
That is my point.
Yeah.
I mean, you would. You'd have to campaign. You have to build a coalition.
It'd be like it's like politics.
It is.
Well, like, how do you create a new position in politics? I mean, it'd be like, you know what? We need a president above the president.
Sure we do.
like, how do you do that? I mean, there's
Go for it.
Guys, we
Supreme Court.
are watching this play out. Left to our own devices, what will we do?
We need a Supreme Court for college
If
sports.
you can do it and there's not necessarily anybody stopping you from doing it, that's what we're watching play out. This is what happens when we are left to do whatever we want. And that's what college athletics is right now. Whatever it wants.
No, it is.
It's crazy. Like, it is incredible to just watch play out. And so I guess we have to shift from the games to watching this as the entertainment, but it's not nearly as fun. Anyhow, good morning.
Hey, good to see you guys.
Started the show.
Well, I mean, that's just bad. I will
show's
admit,
underway.
I got up this morning and I started reading, and that was like one of the things that jumped out at me. And, you know, after 4 or 5 paragraphs, it's like, what are they doing?
Yeah. I mean,
I had to stop reading.
You'll be unsurprised to hear I have a lot of thoughts.
Yeah. Well,
I'm anxious to hear.
We wanted to just get. We wanted to get.
We wanted to get you warmed up, get you riled up, maybe a little bit.
We got to hear Edward's story about his morning.
I'm
we got
intrigued.
to.
We'll circle
I got to
back.
go carry that box of printer paper up the stairs.
Well, you better hurry.
You better hurry.
Yeah.
Because as soon as Edward cuts that mic, he's headed for the
Let me
door.
unwind my headphones. We'll be right back. It's Chuck Mojo.
I don't need Chat GTP. I've got Chuck GTP.
Amen.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oakland is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oakland Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Looking for tough, reliable equipment from folks who feel like neighbors? WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. They're Big Hog fans, just like you, and they're always ready to help you find the right equipment for your job. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust to get the work done right. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcat machines, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated.
You're not a number here. It's a family atmosphere, and you don't know who you are, don't know who your kids are, your family is.
DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people. It feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters.
We preach home time, and in essence, that's probably our biggest attribute is just the family atmosphere and knowing our drivers the way we do.
If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters. Hey, it's Bo, and what if home meant waking up to bent grass fairways, mountain views, and a community that actually feels like one? Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home, Arkansas has just released brand new home sites right on the golf course. The first new construction in 20 years. These are premium properties in a safe, welcoming community surrounded by the natural beauty of the Ozarks at a price that might surprise you. Go big and go home. Visit BigCreekGolf.com today. That's BigCreekGolf.com. Dale, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh my gosh, I'm finally on.
You're on.
I've been listening to you guys forever. You guys are awesome.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Bo. What should you expect when it comes to a roof or a remodel? Here's Teamwork COO Brett Husky.
We make it easy. That's the first thing. Because when we looked at this, we felt like the process shouldn't be hard. And the easier we can make it for customers, the easier it makes it for us and for our people to continue to do business.
Teamwork Roofing and Construction, making it easy, and now offering financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork.
There are some traditions in Arkansas that we pass down from generation to generation, and at Blakeman's, they believe your jewelry should be one of them. As the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they've spent over 35 years helping families celebrate their most meaningful moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. This Mother's Day, honor the woman who started it all with a gift as remarkable as she is. From brilliant diamonds to modern-day essentials for daily wear, Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, celebrating Arkansas families since 1987.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
I've learned so much just off the air today, listening to Bart and Edward Riley. I'm really out of touch. I mean, I really am.
With what?
With everything.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I got it done.
What happened?
I took the.
Oh, did you get the paper?
Edward didn't move.
No, he didn't. Well, you made a clean getaway.
Well, I mean,
Edward had to come out from behind the desk.
It's a competition. He had to get us to break.
Yeah, had to get us to the break.
I think when everybody's gone today, I'm going to wipe down the desks in here.
Are you?
A little Lysol.
I'll get that done before we get out of the show.
No, you won't. There's a lot to move on these
I'll tell you what
desks.
you can do. You can go get breakfast.
Somebody else go get it.
Okay, I'll go get it.
No, I'll go get it. What do you want?
No, I'm going to get it.
What do you want? I'll go right now.
I'll go get it. I want the same thing. I'll go the same thing every time.
Fruit.
Yeah, the parfait. You guys will learn to quit asking me. I'll find another healthy option somewhere in town too, and then we'll start that. And you guys will quit asking me what I want for breakfast, because the question is not really about what I want. That's not why you're asking. And we all do this. It's to take the decision off you. That's why we all ask, because we don't want to make the decision. Ruins marriages, as Chuck's talked about it. What do you want for dinner? I don't know. Do you want me to pick it? Yeah. I don't care.
Before you know it, you pick. Free for all.
Just pick something.
Before you know it, you're in an argument.
Exactly. You guys have got to stop that. It's a calm discussion now. It seems like, we can do this. No big deal. A couple of months from now, you're going to get tired of both saying, well, just bring me, whatever you bring back, or I don't know, whatever you want, or you decide. It's not going to be as pretty as it is now.
I'm tired of deciding.
Yeah, I'm tired of being the one.
It escalates quickly.
Every night.
It escalates quickly.
Oh,
and then there's Bart.
Bart, what are your thoughts on all
makes
this?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Crystallize all this for us.
Bart, good morning. In
Good
the
morning,
Chevy
guys.
of Fayetteville Situation Room.
Yeah, how we doing?
Well, we're doing we're doing well. I don't know if you've heard, but the NCAA tournament is expanding to 76
What are they
teams.
thinking,
They're
Bart?
headed on.
What are they thinking?
And I don't know if you've heard Chuck and I. We're really excited about it.
Yeah, I
Like
can tell.
we can't. Does the tournament start tomorrow?
I just don't
Is it
get
so
it.
big that it has to start tomorrow?
Well, I mean, it might get there. Look, this is a classic example, something I've said time and time again, of the men in suits ruining college athletics for everyone. That's the guys in the suits.
I don't know that this ruins college basketball.
Well, it ruins one of the.
It's another step towards
the best thing.
the ruins.
Ruination. It's another step towards ruination.
There we go. All right.
Look,
Is that I can go along
Isn't it
with.
irrevocable?
Irrevocable.
It's
There it is.
Yeah, he's been practicing. You went over and practiced.
Say it again. Irrevocable harm.
Yeah.
Irrevocable.
There we go.
Irrevocable harm.
I hate
There
you
we
guys.
go.
Irrevocable
You
harm.
want to talk about the NCAA tournament?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
we
yeah.
are.
Yeah, get back to it.
Look, this is catastrophically dumb. That's the bottom line. It's catastrophically
Just rolls
dumb.
off the tongue.
These guys, this is why this is happening. The power conferences want more teams from their conferences in the NCAA tournament. That's all this is. That's all this is, because it's not about money, because they're not going to make a whole lot more money from a new contract or anything. The money does eventually dry up because the interest is not there in just having more and more teams playing in these opening round, I guess they're going to call it, games. That's all this is it's greed from the power conferences to get it's pure greed. That is all it is.
What do they get out of it?
They just get more teams in the tournament, and they get to beat their chest and say, hey, look at us. We're the mighty SEC. We have all 72 teams in our league now in the NCAA tournament. Like, bite me. Like, get over yourselves. Big Ten, SEC. These are the leagues that are driving this. That's what's going on. It used to be about earning your way into the NCAA tournament, and we talked just this past year about how weak the bubble was and how it's one of the weakest bubbles in NCAA tournament history, and you just have bad teams getting in. Well, now you're going to have a lot more bad teams getting in. You know, they're going to try to sell this as a way for more mid-major teams to get into the NCAA tournament. And I already saw the NCAA's chief talking points guy, Seth Davis, talking about how every mid-major coach and commissioner wants this, with the idea that there will be more spots for mid-majors. That might happen accidentally, but that's not the reason this is happening, because we're going to look up and these spots are mostly going to be filled by very bad mid-major teams that do not deserve to make the postseason in any way, shape, or form. And it's not fair, by the way, to the teams that do qualify on merit, because they're going to bump. What's going to happen is they're going to bump some of the lower seeded automatic qualifiers. They're going to bump more of them into the opening round. So teams seeded 16, 15, 14, like they're going to have to play their way into the NCAA tournament field.
Again, for a second time.
Yeah, that's not fair. That's just blatantly not fair. And before you say, well, those teams don't really have a chance anyway, it wasn't that long ago where a 15 seed made it to the Elite Eight.
Back when the NCAA tournament was
That was
good.
just a few years ago.
Back when it was good, Chuck.
St. Peter's made it all the way to the Elite Eight and almost to the Final Four. So, let's not act like, these teams are useless and don't have a chance. There were a lot of competitive games in this year's tournament featuring lower-seeded teams. A 13 seed beat a 4 seed in the first round this year. So, this is just, it's blatantly not fair.
Yeah, keep using words like that. The segment's far less entertaining. When
The
you're not
LY at the end of the word is really what makes it.
Yeah.
Kind of gives it that
I just
superlative
have this,
feel.
Bart in charge.
The setup, by the way, is also just stupid.
When all else fails, just stupid.
Well, it is.
It's the all-encompassing stupid.
Because you're going to have, like, when you look at, if you look at this year's field, the way this would have set up, you would have had 13th-seeded Arizona State playing 13th-seeded Cal. Okay. Meanwhile, you still would have had 11th seed Texas playing 11th seed NC State. Why are the 11 seeds playing for
a play-in?
For one, right? Why are there two teams playing for an 11 seed and two teams playing for a 13 seed? That doesn't make sense. Why does a team ranked lower get the same opportunity to play their way in as a team ranked 2 spots higher or seeded 2 spots higher? That doesn't make any. That's nonsensical.
Nonsensical.
Like it just is. Like this does not.
They got to have a good game in there.
They don't deserve to be in the field. Like they don't.
How are they going to format this? Does this mean another weekend?
No. So it'll all be Tuesday, Wednesday, like it is now.
Just more games.
There will be 2 sites. There will be more
crazy.
games. There will be 6 at-large play-ins and 6 automatic qualifier play-ins.
To me, it's
that is stupid.
It's
that is stupid. You hit the nail on the head, Bart. Say it again.
It's stupid. and shame on the president of the NCAA.
Shame.
Do you want him to bite you too?
I want him to leave. I want him to abdicate.
That's where it is.
Vacate the position because you're doing nothing but harming the sport.
If this was a movie, Bart walks in, all the commissioners are sitting there, and he just stands up front and he goes, "Bite me," and walks out.
Every last one of you.
This is
Spaceballs.
We have one like really good thing in college athletics. One really great thing in college athletics. It's the NCAA basketball tournament.
It was.
And
it's not anymore. They ruined it.
Like you people. And I do mean you people, talking to the people in charge of college athletics, should be ashamed of themselves for doing this.
Ashamed of themselves.
Bo, you said something last segment about how sometimes less is more.
I did, yes.
And you're absolutely right. TV networks and streaming services have figured this out, right? A great season of TV isn't like a 24 episode slog. It's, 8, 10, 12, 15 episodes.
You're left wanting more.
Of really great television. And it is compelling. And it's a great way to do things because, right, it leaves you wanting more. Less is more. 68 was plenty. You can argue there weren't 68 good enough teams to make the NCAA tournament most years, and now you're just adding on for the sake of adding on. We are going to be debating some really, truly vile resumes come next March. Like teams that have no business being anywhere near the postseason of college basketball.
I'm in awe.
This is...
Edward, can you pull the segment
and
bit
pull
of it. All the adjectives?
Yes.
Like
just one right after another.
Yes. Yes. That's that has to be posted on social today. I don't even care about the topic. Honestly, don't even really care, and nobody else does either about the topic. But Bart, you made it interesting.
You did.
You do it. Can you do it again?
Probably.
Like later in the show?
Yeah,
can you do it just as well? Like a pastor preaching his third service. Can you do it that well?
Probably.
Because we need
maybe even better once I have some coffee.
We need 3 of these messages today.
Yeah.
Because if you deliver it like that, it's worth hearing.
Here's the thing too. Like I want to hear from the leaders in college athletics about why why this is good. Why are you Hunter Yurachek? Why do you support this? Greg Byrne, why do you support this? Greg Sankey, Tony Petiti, all these guys, why do you support this? Why do you think this is a good idea? Well, you can't trust his judgment on anything.
Just see how many ADs you can name off. Go for it. Go for it.
I was searching for
Chad
the names earlier, and Bart just knows them.
I want to hear from those
Joe
guys.
Castiglio.
Why I think he's
Scott
retired.
Strickland.
We got to take a break. But anyway, I want to hear from those people.
That is a real
I want to
shame.
hear from him.
Well, I'll tell you, DSI Trucking wants to hear from you if you're a driver. DriveDSI.com. They're all about hiring drivers and making it a great place to work. Time off, downtime, great benefits. DriveDSI.com.
We got wackos, people. There are wackos everywhere. There are wackos everywhere.
I call them our bait. I mean, you call them wackos if you want.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. FSbank.com, member FDIC.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and when it comes to a roof or remodel, let me recommend Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Here's Teamwork COO Brett Husky on what you can expect.
We're going to be there when we say we're going to be there. We're going to have really high-quality people that are going to be there that are extremely talented at what they do. You're going to get more than what you bargained for.
And Teamwork Roofing and Construction now offers financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by teamwork.
I know this is an audio medium, and I shouldn't just shake my head, but words fail me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, Chuck and I still be doing a show when Arkansas wins a national championship in football.
No. And I'm, no.
We'll all be dead and gone.
No.
Well, what about Everett? Will he be here to see it?
What about
No.
What about Bennett?
What about my son?
Yeah, what about Bennett?
No.
He's not even, how old's Bennett? 2?
He'll be 2 1 month
I mean,
from now.
I mean,
Okay.
there's
Now, why do you
Birthday
say
party.
that?
My point is,
Birthday
there is
party
no
invites coming
evidence.
soon.
Okay, good.
There is no evidence whatsoever that points to that.
How about Ryder,
based on
my
based on
grandkid?
what we have
Ryder's slightly
today?
younger.
Does my grandkid have a chance
Sure,
at a
maybe-
lifetime
maybe
football
so.
national
Maybe so.
championship?
What about Ryder's children?
I don't
So
even
that's
know.
the near future.
Yeah.
That's the near future.
Look, I mean,
Now, come on, Bart. Why do you say that?
because there's no evidence to support the idea that Arkansas is anywhere remotely close to competing for a national championship in football. There's zero evidence to
What if
point
they
to
get
that.
lucky?
Well, you know,
I disagree slightly.
oh, okay, that's fine. But
I'll tell you why. But go ahead.
There's nothing that says that this roster, that this coaching staff, that anything is remotely close to winning a championship.
Well, they just got here.
Well, I know.
And they would have said
know.
this. In fairness, they would have said the same thing about Signetti when he got to Indiana.
Sure, maybe so. And sure, you can catch lightning in a bottle, but there are so many other sports that are an awful lot closer to winning a national championship here than.
But does it
than
matter?
football.
I'm talking about not to that team and the program. I'm talking about the fan base, which is every Arkansan that cares anything about the Razorbacks. Does it matter? If you win every single championship in 18 other sports, does it matter?
It should, because you're not going to win one in football anytime soon.
Yeah, but whether it should or not, it doesn't change whether it does.
I understand that. I do. I really do.
You know, Oaklawn and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals, all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at it. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com.
I will confess, I've reached the point in my life when my main goal every day is to get home. So once I'm there, it's going to take quite a bit to get me back out.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
National Zipper Day.
Oh,
Make sure your zipper's up.
How do you handle that?
That is embarrassing.
Like if say, someone were to walk in the room and their zipper were...
It's when you realize it and there's nowhere to go to really take care of it without excusing yourself, and you're not in a position to maybe excuse yourself, like you're on stage.
Yeah.
You're up front.
It's a little late then.
Yeah. And or you discover it much later and you wonder how many people noticed throughout the day or the evening. You discover it later. Like,
have you ever, like, right before you walked out or as you're walking out thinking, man, did I zip my pants?
Well, that's the other thing. And you're like checking it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I better check.
Yeah. You get in a hurry, you get out of your routine. The next thing you know, zipper's down.
Yeah. It's a bad deal.
So anyhow, it's National Zipper Day. I just want to throw that out there. We can talk about that for a while if y'all want to.
No, I'm
what are your thoughts on that?
What are your thoughts on zippers in general?
Is this like,
they're a useful apparatus.
It is a very useful apparatus.
It's just being pushed by the zipper industry.
Big zipper.
Zipper expansion. Zipper expansion. Bart Pullman's with us today, as he is every day, but today's his day.
Yeah,
he's the vocabulary is on another
Your
level.
command of the language is really what makes the segment. I mean, it really is.
It is and today it's your show. Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. It's takeover. Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Takeover Day. And so they're expanding the tournament to 76 teams. And we meant to ask you, what do you think? But we got carried away with telling you
Is it just too big?
Is it too big?
Is this a good idea, or is this like, what are you doing?
It's bigger, better in the NCAA tournament. More teams.
Is bigger, better.
The chase for exclusivity, there's value in that, watching that product on television. And when it feels less exclusive, I wonder if not only this, but all of the factors lead to fewer eyeballs on college basketball. And I know somebody's going to say, oh, the ratings are always better than they've been the year before, and they're better than ever now. But at some point, there has to, it's going to cycle to a point where we don't care as much as we do now, or did a couple of years ago, as it relates to the NCAA tournament. I think that's just my opinion. What's yours?
Well, you want to know why the Masters is this revered,
I do want to know,
sporting event that people around the world watch. It's one of the sporting events on the calendar that more people look forward to, golf fans and non-golf fans alike. It's exclusive. It is a smaller field filled with players who have earned their way in or earned an invitation. It's hard to go to. It's hard to get a ticket to. There's a whole lottery system that you have to get involved with, or you have to know somebody who has an extra ticket. It's hard to get to. It's hard to get into. And that's part of what makes and the course itself is extremely exclusive. That's part of what makes it a special event.
It's like an allocated bourbon.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
NCAA,
in a lot of ways.
If somebody's told you, Chuck, like, hey, the Masters is no longer doing a lottery for tickets, and let's pretend you don't know somebody that could get you in, and the Masters is no longer doing a lottery. Anybody can buy tickets.
It's just a
They
free for all.
expanded the amount of people they're going to
I
let
get
get
you.
in. And then, and 5 years from now, you're talking to Bart, and you're like, I went to the Masters, and Bart's like, yeah, that was cool at one point. I've been 5 times now. Good for you.
They even let us
Good
take our
for
cell
you.
phones in now.
And that's what we're doing
Yeah.
with postseason football and basketball, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's
It's creating this, like the NFL playoffs are way better.
the NFL playoffs are great because it's exclusive. 7 teams from each league, from each conference, make it in. Less than half of the conference makes it into the playoff. You're talking about the very best football teams on planet Earth competing against one another. That's why the NFL playoffs are great.
So
we don't get that in college
just so we're
football.
clear, we don't like the idea of 76 teams.
I just don't understand. I don't feel quite as strongly about it as Bart does, but
You don't think it's just
I don't think it's vile. I don't think it's vile.
Vile teams.
But
There
I
are going to be some.
But I
teams.
don't understand it because you now in basketball you do have a better chance for competitive games. You're talking about in football, they're talking about going to 24 teams. There's a big difference between even the third or the 5th ranked team and the 23rd ranked team. I mean, there's a huge difference in football. It's not quite so vast in basketball, but they better hope they have some good games. And I don't know exactly what the numbers have been for that Tuesday night in Dayton. I don't know. I can't imagine it's been overwhelming, but I just the whole thing. I just can't really figure out why they're doing it.
Guys, we'd be in a world where if this was in place last year, 17-16 Arizona State would have made the NCAA tournament. 17-16 Arizona State. Like that was a terrible basketball team. They don't have any business being in the NCAA tournament. They don't have any business competing.
I don't disagree with that.
I don't
think they're terrible, but
Single A in Danville says, I think he means to say 76, isn't 78 teams less than 1/4 of D1 teams? Isn't that exclusive?
well, there are a great. There's a larger number.
There are 365 NCAA Division I basketball programs, and most of them have no shot of competing for a championship every single year. And in fact, it's rare that any of them ever win a game in the NCAA tournament.
Before today, you may have thought, man, I don't have a shot to get this roof done right now. I don't have the deductible. I don't have the money. The insurance not covering as much as I need to. Well, at Teamwork Roofing and Construction, they can give you something that you've probably not heard of and probably something you didn't even know before right now. All roofs are not paid for the same. Teamwork just made it a lot easier for you to upgrade your roof, now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, other flexible financing options. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com. You know you're getting a great roof with licensed, crews, and certified materials, and now you can finance on the front end if you need to. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork. Bart Pullman Show, good morning.
Just so you know, and we've talked about this from day one on the show, nobody's safe in here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acura, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutoPark.com. That's FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
If you've been settling for a light beer that just doesn't quite do it, it's time to try Flight by Yingling. With nearly 200 years of tradition behind every sip and only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs in every can. Whether you're golfing, at a tailgate, or just hanging out in the backyard with friends, Flight delivers real beer flavor without the extra calories. Light beer and a full beer taste. That's something you don't have to apologize for. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
You know, I love talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, and Bo's latest selling experience is a perfect example of why. Within 5 minutes of listing his home, Bo had a showing, and just 2 days later, he had an offer. And just like my own experience with them, they took care of everything from start to finish. That's what you get when you work with a trained real estate professional. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, has been turning houses into homes since 1978, serving Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and Branson. For more information, log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
When it comes to sports and work, we all understand preparation, performance, and recovery. And that's exactly how the Sweat No Edge works. I'm in the program myself. I've told you about it before. It's designed for men who want to stay competitive as they age, with hormone therapy for low testosterone, peptide therapy, metabolic testing, in-body scans, weight loss, and so much more. If you want to feel like you once did, get the free consultation. Log on to sweatnumcosmetic.com or just search the Sweat No Edge.
Brew Pig Suey is coming back to Baum Walker Stadium this spring. The annual Arkansas Razorbacks Brew Pig Suey Beer Festival makes its triumphant return to Razorback baseball on Saturday, May 2nd. There will be 25-plus breweries, local food trucks, and a live DJ that will highlight this festive event. Pre-game festival passes are just $30 and come with a tasting cup and unlimited pours. Secure yours today at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
There are a lot of stupid people in the world, man. I think you underestimate the number of stupid people out there.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Pascal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopascal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Pascal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated.
You're not a number here. It's a family atmosphere, and you don't know who you are, don't know who your kids are, your family is.
DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people. It feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters.
We preach home time, and in essence, that's probably our biggest attribute is just the family atmosphere and knowing our drivers the way we do.
If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Your favorite word, respectfully.
Yeah.
You suck.
Anytime, and I include myself in this, if the word respectfully or with all my respect comes out, somebody's
with all my respect.
Somebody's about to get it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Edward's going to get our pro land title breakfast.
It was a
today.
contest. Who was going to go?
Yeah, it was also.
They did rock, paper, scissors.
Dicey
Edward won.
On what we were getting.
Yeah.
Because,
Bart was a late holdout.
Yeah, Bart, what's going on with you in breakfast? Is it a dietary thing? Is it just okay?
Digestive issue? I just wondered.
Are you on non-solid foods for a while? What is it?
No.
What is the breakfast thing? Like, it's just you're trying to do better on breakfast.
No. There's.
Oh, you got other stuff.
Yeah, like there's a certain item from a certain place that does not
doesn't do well with you.
It just it's not something that I should be eating.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Can you give us like a play sheet of what you're okay with for breakfast? Because right now we get around the room and we get hung up there and we can't get the call in.
It's
and then we got to
okay.
take a timeout.
It's okay.
And we need to be able to get the call.
See,
in.
you got 4 people in here, 3 people, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, who are like, whatever you bring in, or, we have a standard order. It's pretty easy to predict. With the bar, it's like,
well, this is a recent development.
I don't know. Just
okay.
and
bring me 1 glazed donut.
Is it after? Was it after? Before
With a
or after
candle.
you broke 90?
On
That
a
video
physical
is scheduled
regimen.
to come out today. I think We're
Really?
going to put it out today.
We're gonna have
There was a late
We
call.
didn't have a release party.
Late call from Netflix about wanting it exclusively, and so it's taking a little bit of time to negotiate that. We told them no.
Yeah.
So we'll put it out on YouTube.
Bart said, I
We'll
want,
have a
I
release
want
party.
everyone to be able to see it.
Hey, if you missed it, they canceled the baseball game last night. Hey, we had some storms now.
We really did.
I mean, there's trees through some.
I got a limb down in
homes.
the yard.
There's hail went through a bunch of windshields and windows in Branson. Man, good morning.
Baseball taught me teamwork, dedication, and the power of community. That's why I'm teaming up with Pascal ProPath to give back to charities that give every kid a chance to play. And right now you can pitch in. For every Pascal member signed up today through the end of May, Pascal will donate a portion of every membership to give back to youth sports. Become a member today, help give back in a big way. Pitch in with Pascal ProPath and help support kids in your community. Join today at pascalpropath.org.
With Arkansas baseball, softball, and basketball seasons in full swing, there's no better place to catch all the action than Walk On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, you won't miss a single play. Enjoy mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like po' boys and gumbo, plus the best burgers, craft beers, and cocktails that keep fans coming back. It's incredible food and a game day atmosphere like none other. With 5 locations across Arkansas, it's Walk On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
This is Chuck Barrett, and I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye Associates for my recent cataract surgery. They took great care of me. You have to have good vision to be the voice of the Razorbacks, and I'm glad I trusted my eyes to McDonald Eye. I learned patients of all ages have a lot of options when it comes to modern surgery to reduce or even eliminate your eyeglasses. They've been taking care of patients for over 50 years, and that says a lot. So for your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at mcdonaldeye.com.
Interviews, highlights, behind-the-scenes access, and so much more. Varsity Vibe is your go-to for high school athletics in Arkansas. Learn the stories of coaches and players in our Varsity Vibe podcast. See the biggest plays and the best performances highlighted on our social media platforms. And if newsletters are more your style, we've got that too. High school sports at your fingertips. Varsity Vibe, elevating the game.
Hold on, guys. I'm on Chuck and Bo Show. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas fans know that some things are just timeless, like a spring afternoon at Baum Walker or the roar you only hear at Bud Walton. Our friends at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry believe your milestone should be just as enduring as the Razorback spirit. They've spent over 35 years helping fans celebrate their big moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. Whether you're marking a graduation, an anniversary, or just a big Saturday in the SEC, let their teams help you find that perfect piece. This spring, go big, go bold, and go to Blakeman's in the heart of Pinnacle Hills.
We talk a lot about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because our experience has been great. And Bo, you're going through it again right now.
For the second time. My son's a first-time home buyer. Him and his wife got a beautiful home. And for me, I just turned it over to them. They gave me a few things to sign, and it took all the work off my plate. And I just sit back and watch it happen.
That's what happens when you deal with a trained real estate professional. And that's what they are at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to Griffin.com.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. I still think there's a right way to do things, and money has become part of this equation. But if you go back to the right way to do things, I recruit you. We have a great system. You want to be a part of this system. You want to go here, improve your game. While you're here, we're going to win. We're going to put some other guys that are like-minded with you. We're going to create some connectivity, some chemistry, but we're all on the same page here to try to develop you for what you eventually want to become, okay? That whole thing, to me, is still at the core of the foundation of how you're going to build a successful program. We've added money into that equation, and I get that, and you've got to play that game to a certain extent. But when it becomes more about the money than it becomes about that, I think that's where it all gets screwed up for programs and players.
There's only 4 or 5 programs, though, that have that luxury. Fortunately for us, we're one of them. A program like Miami, they don't necessarily have that luxury. They're chasing. Program like Louisville, they're chasing.
I think Kentucky's been chasing a little bit. Since
they have been chasing.
And I'm not trying to pick on them in this.
No, they've been chasing
case.
some. They've been chasing.
But I think what was interesting about that whole deal is they went and hired Mark Pope, but then they tried to make up the difference between Pope and Cal and act like they were the same by spending money on players. And look, they weren't terrible. I mean, they had a formidable roster. But I just think there's really something, too. You're right. I agree 100% with what you're saying, Chuck. There's really something, too, though, when it becomes about that money, it becomes about something different than you really need in your organization
because
to win.
You've overpaid for it. I mean, that's the thing that, I mean, we can talk about this till 10 o'clock in the morning, but that's the part that drives me nuts about the transfer portal. People say, well, you got to have money. You got to have money. Yeah, you do. But at some point, let's spend our money wisely.
Never miss a moment of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Watch us on YouTube, Twitter, every weekday, or stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
For the first time in my life last night, did Walmart pickup. I pulled into slot number 21, informed them on the app that I was there, and bang, bang. Huge. A lovely young lady comes out and puts all my groceries in my truck. And I'm thinking, is this a great country or what? Who knew? Who knew? How come I hadn't been doing this?
Does anybody else want a GoPro in Chuck's vehicle?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Chuck.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
At my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
It's really hard to know where to begin after that first hour. You know, Bart really brought it in the first hour. If you weren't here, let me just tell you, you missed a great hour of radio.
Chuck and Bo on demand.
Chuck and Bo on demand.
Driven
That's
by
exactly
the
right.
Fayetteville Auto
Driven
Park.
by the Fayetteville Auto Park. So, what's really going on? I mean, what's going on in the news?
In the news, here we go. It's time for the news.
Yeah.
In case you missed it in the first hour, we don't need any music today. What we need is breakfast, and that's here, and we'll get to that. Good morning. Hope you're having a great Razorback Wednesday. The NCAA has initiated the final steps to expand the men's and women's basketball tournaments to 76 teams.
What are your thoughts, Bart? just read one sentence and turn it over to Bart.
Here with some brief analysis is our NCAA basketball analyst, Bart Pullman.
Bad.
We go to the Chevy at Fayetteville Situation Room. Good morning, Bart.
Good morning, guys. It's terrible. People in suits ruining something that's awesome, as is tradition in college athletics as of late.
Thank you. Thank you, Bart. The news continues. The
Yes.
Razorbacks.
We'll get back to the commentary in a moment.
The Razorbacks midweek series opener against Northwestern State was canceled because they wanted to.
What are your thoughts, Bart?
They'll play a game today.
The two teams will play today at 3:00 in a game that will be on the SEC Network Plus.
Single game.
The game, Bart, do you think they canceled the game because they wanted to?
Maybe.
I mean, it felt like
was
the
pretty
game
stormy.
could have been played at one point.
Well, if you'd waited it out. If it'd been a conference game, they might have waited till 9 or 10.
By the way, I think it was a good decision.
Yes. I'm not arguing.
Arkansas gymnastics coach Jordan Weber is stepping down, and her assistant coach and husband, Chris Brooks, has been promoted to take over and run the program. We go to our NCAA gymnastics analyst, Bart Pullman, for some commentary.
What are your thoughts, Bart?
Sad day for the sad and good,
Sad and happy.
mixed emotions. Mixed emotions. Jordan Weaver's done a lot of great things for the Razorback gymnastics program. She's elevated the perception of the program on a national level. Been filling up Bud Walton Arena for meets. It's a program on the rise. Good to see it kind of stay in the family, so to speak. The leadership of the program, and we'll see how it works out. But anytime an Olympic gold medalist who's done so much for the program decides to step away, it's a big deal.
She did a heck of a job.
She did an incredible job, yeah.
And now she gets to, she's free to do this.
I don't think it's necessarily retirement. That feels like a weird word to say when you're 30 years old. Yeah, I don't know. I think I have so many amazing parts of my life other than gymnastics, but I love this sport. I'm obviously going to remain highly involved in whatever way, Chris wants me to be involved, and I'm going to be the biggest Razorback fan that ever existed in Bud Walton Arena for those gymnastics meets. And we were talking about it in the back room. Like, now I get to yell at the judges when they don't give a score. That's fair.
Now she gets to yell at the judges. Arkansas infielder Carly Davidson has been named the SEC Player of the Week. She batted .667 during the week with 6 hits, a home run, 3 RBI, 3 runs scored, 2 walks, and 2 hit by pitches. We go to NCAA softball analyst Bart Pullman.
What are your
in the
thoughts,
Chevy at
Bart?
Fayetteville Situation Room.
Carly's having a great year. Really, really cool to see her honored by the SEC. Was a big part of the win at Tulsa and the wins against Missouri. And also plays really, really solid defense at second. So good to see her get honored.
Tyron Stokes, the #1 senior in the country, will play for Kansas next season. He announced Tuesday. He was he's the #1 player in this year's recruiting class, right? Stokes chose the Jayhawks over the University of Kentucky. We go to NCAA basketball analyst Bart Pullman.
Oh, this is
Oh,
fun.
my
Yeah,
God.
What's so funny, Bart? What's so funny?
Kentucky.
I have to admit, I paid attention to this last night. It's something I would have never paid attention to. But I wanted to know what he did, not because I cared if he went to Kansas. I just thought it was funny, as Bart illustrated, that he didn't go to
For
Kentucky.
perspective, we go to a tweet from a guy named Ryan back in 2024. John Calipari is going to find out that players actually wanted to play for the University of Kentucky, not the University of Calipari, the hard way.
Womp, 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 womp.
For sound effects, we go to Bart Pullman.
Bart, really, he's doing it all today.
Yeah. Arkansas is still ranked as the top recruiting class. Kansas #2 now after getting
the top player in the country. For more on that, we go to Bart Pullman.
More to come.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. I think Arkansas will. Well, Arkansas will add another piece, whether or not it's another freshman or in the transfer portal. There will be another addition coming.
So Arkansas still the number one recruiting class in the country, and there might be an addition.
What do you think Kentucky?
Well, there will be an addition, I'm sure, but we just don't know if it's Akizi or who it's going to be yet. But I feel like it's going to be Akizi.
Well, and even if it's not, I mean, I saw someone frame this yesterday as, they got to get Akizi to complete this class. Well, I mean, it's awfully good right now.
You need Malik Thomas.
You need Malik Thomas is what you need.
Just a little bit of perspective. Arkansas, the number one recruiting class in the country. Kentucky, the 90th ranked recruiting class in the country.
Whoa. How'd they do in the portal?
Their efforts are ongoing.
They're getting a lot of criticism.
They've brought in 2 players from the transfer portal, or I guess 3. They added another one yesterday from James Madison, a guy named Justin McBride. They've added 3 players in the portal. Have one high school commit. They had to hire his dad to get him to go to Kentucky. So
good for that family.
I would say things not going well.
So could at some point, Edward, I know you just got breakfast and you're busy working on something else. I don't know if you're looking for a job on Indeed or what, but if you could we get some sound from Kentucky fans? I want to hear how people this hour would be great. Like, how are Kentucky people reacting?
They're not doing well.
They're getting criticism from national basketball media folks about not having a GM and not being able to manage this situation that is today's college basketball. That is not something they seem to struggle with, nor does Arkansas seem to struggle with Cal. Kentucky, I think, missed. Is it fair to say they missed on understanding what they had? That Arkansas is now enjoying? Is that fair to say?
I think it's fair to say. You've got to be larger than life, and you've got to have that kind of personality if you're gonna pull that off at Kentucky. Eddie Sutton's as good a basketball mind as there ever was, and he got eaten alive up there. Mark Pope's a good guy. From all I gather, he's a good. You love him as a next door neighbor. But he's getting eaten alive up there.
Good coach. Probably a good coach.
You have got to be a true rock star to handle that situation right there. It's why, people are speculating, is Billy Donovan going to be the guy? You've got to have a larger than life presence where people are fearful of you if you're going to be able to pull that off. I don't know that anybody, and this is sports, it's not real life, so things are different in sports, but fear is a part of it. I don't think anybody's afraid of Mark Pope. I really don't. You've got to have that kind of personality. If you're going to pull that off at Kentucky, you've got to have everything, and you've got to be larger than life. And sometimes people do have to be a little bit scared of you. I'm not saying he's too nice. I'm not going to suggest that because I don't really believe it, but there's something missing there right now, and he's going to get the blame for it.
So we're enjoying that, but it's getting to the point where it's so bad it's not really as enjoyable.
Yeah, I don't know about
that. They picked this fight, right? They picked this thing.
They did.
They
did.
Just to reset, or just to be real clear, we were basically told you can have them and thank you for solving our $40 million problem or whatever it was. Thank you for giving Cal a landing spot so we could get him the heck out of town. And how's that going? It's going very well here. Thank you. Thank you. Jimmy Fallon, cue the Jimmy Fallon thank you cards that we can write to Big Blue Nation. But they seriously, let's learn a lesson from Big Blue Nation. And the lesson is don't get tired of winning. Don't get tired of success. And I'm talking to every Razorback baseball fan right now. Don't get tired of, a couple of decades of success because you didn't get over the mountaintop.
We've kind of been through this in basketball once before. We kind of have. And
Nolan?
Yeah. I mean,
You're exactly right.
We've been through this. I mean, we've been guilty, and that's that's just part of it. And you got to learn your lesson as you go. And I think we learned ours. I mean, I really do. I don't know about Kentucky. I don't know.
Edward has found some Kentucky sound. Can you set this up for us? You have on the cut, it's labeled credentialed Kentucky reporter loses mind about not getting Tyron Stokes.
Yeah, I don't know exactly who this guy is.
Good,
I don't think it's where he has like 2,000 followers on Twitter. He put down a 6-minute rant when Tyron Stokes committed to Kansas yesterday. I trimmed it down to about a minute
Got
20.
all the profanity out
There is a little profanity, but it's pretty good. I mean, I feel like it probably
Profanity's good.
Well, the whole thing. It was pleasant to listen
This
to.
is FCC approved profanity?
Yes.
What are the words being used that are profane?
I'm not going to say that.
Can you give us some hints?
There's an A word in there.
Okay.
Am I allowed to say
All right.
A
Well,
word?
that's perfect. What
Yeah,
else?
that'll be okay.
That's helpful. What else?
That's the only
That's
one
it?
in
That's as
that
strong as it
portion.
gets.
That's as strong as it gets in that portion.
Well, we'd like
of
to
it.
just be able to set it up for parents taking their kids to school.
Yes.
Just kind
Yes.
of
There
like-
there is one A word in the rant. Yes.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
Play
okay.
it.
Well, the way you said it sounded like there was
Yeah.
a string of
Play it.
Play the clip.
Play the clip.
Well, I don't know what I expected, but yeah, Tyron Stokes commits to Kansas. Mark Pope is like dead ass the worst recruiter of all time. I'm not even joking. I don't think it's honestly incredible how terrible this guy is at recruiting. You got this dude in your backyard. He was leaning towards Kentucky. He was considered a Kentucky lean. There was even reports that he was going to commit to Kentucky at Big Blue Madness. Someone leaked his commitment date. He got pissed, pushed it off. We backed off his commitment for a little bit when he got kicked out of his school in California. And then we got desperate and we're like, oh, we actually really got to go get this guy. And it was too little too late. Mark Pope can't recruit, man. Like, this is just so bad. This is so bad. And maybe I'm overreacting. And obviously,
Maybe.
we all kind of knew this was going to happen. But I feel like all of us got our hopes up and all of us felt like, there was still a chance. What a joke. This kid is from the state of Kentucky, the #1 recruit. He's a Nike player, bro. He's a Nike player going to play for an Adidas school because he doesn't want to come play for Mark Pope. Fire this guy now. I don't even care what we do next year, bro. We cannot land high-end talent. We will go grab the 113th ranked player from the portal, and he will overperform and be decent. We will never compete for championships with Mark Pope as our head coach, ever, because he cannot convince players to come play for him. We should have locked this up months ago.
Yeah. Does that guy really have a credential?
That's what his profile says.
His profile says
credentialed reporter.
Yeah, whatever.
What kind of credential?
They deserve
let me
whatever they
go
get.
back.
They deserve whatever they get.
Credentialed writer/reporter for @Cats coverage.
Does that come? Do the media credentials come with a box of Fruity Pebbles?
Yeah, he was like 12, wasn't he? Was that guy 12?
He looked like he's probably my
Cereal?
age. He
Yeah.
looks like somebody I went to high school
Yeah.
with. Yeah.
I mean, first of all,
Pushing 30.
First of all, if that's representation of how Kentucky people see things, that's just wild. Like, how can you not get? You can't recruit because you can't get the #1 guy in the country,
bro.
You're a terrible recruiter. All right, we got to hit a break. We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank, helping our Kansas bank better every single day. More convenient locations, friendly professionals. Whatever your banking needs are, you can log on to fsbank.com, see a complete list of services, or just walk into any location, and they're going to help you with exactly what you need. They've been helping our Kansans for a long time, and they can help you. The power of personal is found at First Security Bank, member FDIC.
Let's just be frank. There's been some football games the last few years that have driven people to drink.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com. We talk a lot about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, because our experience has been great. And Bo, you're going through it again right now.
For the second time. My son's a first-time home buyer. Him and his wife got a beautiful home. And for me, I just turned it over to them. They gave me a few things to sign, and it took all the work off my plate. And I just sit back and watch it happen.
That's what happens when you deal with a trained real estate professional. And that's what they are at Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to WeichertGriffin.com.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. FSbank.com, member FDIC.
Fine jewelry is about more than just a beautiful piece. It's about the experience of finding it. As the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, Blakeman's has been Northwest Arkansas's trusted destination for exceptional jewelry, providing our community with over 35 years of personalized service, world-class diamonds, and crafted custom pieces. Discover the difference of a true luxury experience at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, where Arkansas gets engaged.
He's Chuck Barrett.
He's Bo Mattingly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Bo. What should you expect when it comes to a roof or a remodel? Here's Teamwork's COO, Brett Husky.
We make it easy. That's the first thing. Because when we looked at this, we felt like the process shouldn't be hard. And the easier we can make it for customers, the easier it makes it for us and for our people to continue to do business.
Teamwork Roofing and Construction, making it easy, and now offering financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork.
There are some traditions in Arkansas that we pass down from generation to generation, and at Blakeman's, they believe your jewelry should be one of them. As the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they've spent over 35 years helping families celebrate their most meaningful moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. This Mother's Day, honor the woman who started it all with a gift as remarkable as she is. From brilliant diamonds to modern-day essentials for daily wear, Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, celebrating Arkansas families since 1987.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for The Chuck and Bo Show.
I'll tell you one thing, but listen, what a great show. The best sports show in the state is no doubt The Chuck and Bo Show. No doubt about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Whoa. Did Chuck die again? That coming up. Breakfast provided by ProLand Title. I drove by a ProLand Title office yesterday. They're all over the state, 45-plus offices in Arkansas, independently owned. That means they're not owned by a law firm, real estate firm, or mortgage company. It gives them the unique ability to put their clients first and the ability to say yes to transactions other companies may not be able to. Because at ProLand Title, they've got relationships with a huge range of national underwriters. So cheer for the pigs and close with the pros at ProLand Title. Coming back from break, Bart said, "Whoa, did Chuck die again?"
Well, we got a text that says, "What's this fake news on Chuck passing away?"
It's happened twice, and
is this AI generated? I mean, you guys educate me. I don't know how this stuff works.
Be educated on your
your demise.
How does this continue to happen?
I'm not seeing anything that would point to that, but
I haven't heard that one.
It doesn't necessarily mean
one
it's
of
not
his
true.
previous deaths. Maybe it's one of
it
Chuck's
could be old news.
I mean, look, I'm a canon. I'm
That
whooping
was-
down a donut as we speak. So I mean,
Well,
it's not far fetched, but you know.
Well, here's the thing: breaking news. We're all going to die.
Very
We're
true.
all
Yeah.
we're all very strong candidates to fulfill.
Yeah, pretty good chance.
But that was so bizarre that it happened for a second time on a day where the Razorbacks had a basketball game at Bud Walton Arena.
No.
And you go to Bud Walton, and did you feel the eyes on you in the arena? Like,
I had a few people bring it up.
People are looking to see if you're in
Is
the
that a
seat.
ghost? Is that a ghost?
If you're in the seat calling the game.
Hang on.
What happened?
I've gone to one of the Facebook fake news pages.
Edward's giggling off to the side there. This must be
good.
Apparently, according to this fake news site, John Calipari had some sort of surgery.
There's some crazy stuff on
there. The pictures are incredible. It's Cal photoshopped into a hospital bed.
Oh gosh.
Only
from his recruiting, hospital bed, the number one class in the country.
Apparently, he and his wife have also welcomed twin babies into the world.
Wow, this is a big week.
And I just have to say,
How many people have engaged with this?
This is one of the smaller engagement posts.
Okay.
But still, to the 75 people who have engaged with this.
Oh gosh.
What are you smoking? What are you smoking?
Has anyone put the prayer
What
hands?
kind of drugs
Has
are being
anyone put the
done?
prayer hand and said prayers in their reply?
But there are comments.
That's a personal favorite.
Hope you recover soon. Oh, yep, prayer hand.
There we go. Yes.
Some lady named Gwen
There
with
we
the
go.
prayer hand.
Gwen. That's awesome.
Oh, mercy.
What is going on in your brain?
Have
that
they
makes you
started the
believe
meal
this?
train? Is the meal train? Has the meal train started in the comments? The casserole?
No, I haven't seen that. This is unbelievable.
That's
like, how stupid are you?
Well, here we go.
How
Here we
stupid
go.
Well,
do you have
pretty
to be?
stupid, evidently.
Also, a little late breaking news here.
Okay.
Mike Tomlin has joined the Razorback coaching staff.
Really? It's going to split time between the Hogs and NBC? Is
Yeah.
that how it's going to work?
400 and let's say 475 people have engaged with this.
Wow.
Like, come on.
There is a sucker born every minute. I mean, there really is.
Like, I would beg everybody to just use the tiniest bit of brain power that you might have. Like, because that's all it takes to realize that this is just not true.
Here's a
at
guy.
all.
Here's a guy coming up that uses a lot of brain power, and he's going to give it all to us. Otis Kirk joined us next. His thoughts on Kentucky, his thoughts on the Arkansas recruiting class, and whatever else he wants to get into. It's 7/27, April 29th on National Zipper Day. Do you worry about what any of this is doing to our reputation?
There are times, yes. I do think about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looking for tough, reliable equipment from folks who feel like neighbors? WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. They're Big Hog fans, just like you, and they're always ready to help you find the right equipment for your job. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust to get the work done right. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcat machines, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
Hey, it's Bo, and what if home meant waking up to bent grass fairways, mountain views, and a community that actually feels like one? Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home, Arkansas has just released brand new home sites right on the golf course. The first new construction in 20 years. These are premium properties in a safe, welcoming community surrounded by the natural beauty of the Ozarks at a price that might surprise you. Go big and go home. Visit BigCreekGolf.com today. That's BigCreekGolf.com.
It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're just kind of wading through it, figuring it out with you this morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, Chuck and I still be doing a show when Arkansas wins a national championship in football.
No. And I'm, no.
We'll all be dead and gone.
No.
Well, what about Everett? Will he be here to see it?
What about
No.
What about Bennett?
What about my son?
Yeah, what about
No.
Bennett? He's not even how old's Bennett? 2?
He'll be 2 1 month from now.
I mean, there's
Now, why do you say
my
that?
point is there is no evidence.
Okay, good.
There is no evidence whatsoever that points to that.
How about Ryder,
based on
my
based on what we have
Ryder's slightly
today?
younger.
Does my grandkid have a chance
Sure,
at a
maybe-
lifetime
maybe
football
so.
national
Maybe so.
championship?
What about Ryder's children?
It's-
I don't
so
even
that's
know.
the near future.
Yeah.
That's the near future.
Look, I mean,
Now, come on, Bart. Why do you say that?
because there's no evidence to support the idea that Arkansas is anywhere remotely close to competing for a national championship in football. There's zero evidence to
What if
point
they
to
get
that.
lucky?
Well, you know,
I disagree slightly.
oh, okay, that's fine. But
I'll tell you why. But go ahead.
There's nothing that says that this roster, that this coaching staff, that anything is remotely close to winning a championship.
Well, they just got here.
Well, I know.
And they would have said
know.
this. In fairness, they would have said the same thing about Signetti when he got to Indiana.
Sure, maybe so. And sure, you can catch lightning in a bottle, but there are so many other sports that are an awful lot closer to winning a national championship here than.
But does it
than
matter?
football.
I'm talking about not to that team and the program. I'm talking about the fan base, which is every Arkansan that cares anything about the Razorbacks. Does it matter? If you win every single championship in 18 other sports, does it matter?
It should, because you're not going to win one in football anytime soon.
Yeah, but whether it should or not, it doesn't change whether it does.
I understand that. I do. I really do.
You know, Oaklawn and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals, all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas, and they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at it. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com.
I'd like to go to Augusta National.
I would like.
Never been.
I like how you say it better too. Augusta. It's phonetically pleasing.
I strive to be phonetic.
I know you do.
It's one of my goals every morning.
It's a good one.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, another Kentucky media person ripping Mark Pope while we effort Otis Kirk. Otis actually commented on it, that post I read earlier. I want to hear his thoughts on that from the Kentucky fan who said that John Calipari was going to learn the hard way, that it wasn't about the University of Calipari, it was about the University of Kentucky, and that's why he got players at Kentucky. And now Kentucky's struggling to get players, and here's another podcast host, ripping Pope. Got it? Bang.
I have got to tell you, I don't think I've ever seen in my life two dumb coaches. They were either idiots, tone deaf, or we have the most incompetent staff ever. You either thought you were getting Stokes and now you didn't, or you knew you weren't getting it and you still commented. If you didn't know, you should have kept your mouth shut. Don't go liking tweets. Don't go out there and start going, let's go. I don't care if you want to keep a good relationship with players or agents, whatever. Congratulate the young man and wish him luck after if you want to do that. But the fact that we had an assistant coach who was a head coach at a Division I men's basketball program tweet, let's go, under the #1 recruit in the nation after you've seen this fan base lose their ever-loving effing minds for the last how many months, screams to literally one of the dumbest, most incompetent, out-of-touch, tone-deaf moves I have ever seen out of a Division I coaching staff in my entire freaking life.
Damn, nigga, calm down.
Yeah, that's
Is that part supposed to be in there?
What is that? That's what's going on in Kentucky.
Whoever else was on that told him to calm down.
Yes, he did.
He sure did.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, that's what's going on in Kentucky. Here now is Otis Kirk, the legendary Otis Kirk. Otis, what do you think about the things happening in Kentucky with the recruiting?
Man, if I'm Kentucky, I'm trying to hire Billy Donovan today or yesterday even. I mean, I think you've got to make a change. Pope's not getting it. He's not getting it done. And if if you see the light at the end of the tunnel and think there's change coming or it's going to change, but I just don't see anything positive coming out up there. I'm serious. I mean, I know Golden State's linked to Billy Donovan. It's not that I think Billy Donovan is a superstar or anything, but I mean, he's better than Mark Pope. I just don't think Pope can get the job done. I don't think you can let it linger on, man. I mean, just dumb stuff they do and, subtweeting. I don't know, man. It's just, I was thinking about that earlier today, a little bit while ago, and I just think, they've got to go for Billy Donovan, I think. I mean, that's my opinion, but, and who knows how Billy will do. I know he won back-to-back national championships at Florida, but that was a different era, before NIL, and everything's changed since then. But still, man, I mean, it can't get worse.
So John Calipari was the subject of a tweet from a Kentucky fan that you commented on back in March. In 2024, this fan said John Calipari is going to find out the players actually wanted to play for the University of Kentucky, not the University of Calipari, the hard way.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's Kentucky brand. I told him I'd delete that if I were you. I mean, how does that look now? I mean, talking about not aging well, that aged very badly. I mean, I'd be embarrassed and delete that, man. I mean, that's just the Kentucky brand. Yeah, I mean, the opinion was that all the recruits were going to Kentucky because of Kentucky, not because of Calipari, and we all, I mean, now, how does that look now? I mean, 2 years later, it looks dumb. I mean, completely, well, it's as dumb as it sounds. I mean, it's just dumb. It's very dumb. I mean,
Bart said something similar earlier today.
There's more to it than that.
They're just dumb. Well, hey, this is good for Arkansas. We really enjoy having Calipari here. I mean, the #1 recruiting class, I think you'll take that.
Yeah, he's look, man, I said when the day they hired him, I think I was on some station, I don't remember which one, but I said he's the best recruiter in the nation. And I said, if you're taking over if you're hiring a coach with no players, you have no players, there's not a better coach in the world to hire than John, because that's the guy that can get you a roster. And that's what happened. And that's how I felt then. And I've seen nothing change my mind. I think, there's debate, hey, is he the best coach? I mean, we can debate that all day. And I think he's a very good coach. But I mean, as far as recruiting, there's nobody that does a better job than him. He's done it for years. He did it, he's done it everywhere he's been. And just that was my thought. If you got a guy you had no roster, I know TV eventually ended up coming back, but at the time, really, you had no roster. And what did he do? Went out and got a class, and I knew he could do it. And that's the guy you would want to do it if you're going to be in that situation,
Do you think they get this Akese Jr. kid?
I think they really need to. I'll put it that way. I mean, my gut says they will, but does he reclassify that? I think that's probably more likely now than the last time I talked to you guys that he reclassifies. But even though he had said he didn't really want to, but I think they need him badly. If they can get him, and then even keep one of Billy and Malik. I mean, obviously, if you keep both of them and you get Akese, then you're setting yourself up for a heck of a run. But I think it's very important that they get him. They've got to get a big man. They've got to. I just think they've got to. And, I saw yesterday where Billy Richmond was rated the 45th player in the draft by ESPN. That's the first time I've seen him in the top 100. And they had him 45th, and Malik was 29th, and Darius was 6th. They actually had a mock draft where they had Darius going 5 to Sacramento, but they had him rated 6th. But Billy, that was the first time I thought all along this guy would be, and I still think he would be back at Arkansas. I really do. But I'm not certain on Malik. I mean, who knows? I mean, I just think he could go either way. But Billy, I think, will come back. But I did see him rated higher yesterday than I've ever seen it before, and I follow a lot of those mock drafts, top 100s and stuff, and he just wasn't in them. But maybe that's because they didn't think he was going to apply or apply for the draft. But if you can get Akese and you can even bring one of those two back, you're sitting really pretty good for next year. And if you got both those kids back plus Akese, then who knows? I mean, I don't know what they would be lacking. I really don't. I mean, I know some would say maybe another big man, but I think with the money situation like it is and what those guys are getting, I don't think you're getting 2 more big men. Not Akese, not elite big men. You're not doing it. You're not getting 2 more. The money's just not there for that. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but I think if you can get him, and then maybe get Billy and Malik back, or at least one of them, I really don't know what you're lacking for next year, especially if you get both those guys back from the draft.
If Malik stays in the draft, are you concerned at all about where the points might come from next year?
Well, I don't think so, because those freshmen, there's 4 freshmen now, but those freshmen can light it up, especially JJ and Jordan and Abdu. But Jeremiah Wilkerson, I'm higher on him than most people are, Chuck. I think that he can give you some points, quite a few points, and do it off the bench. I don't think he has necessarily start. I don't think, you have to prioritize. He's just a guy that can come and get you some instant buckets. Not really. I'm not. I know that's counting a lot on freshmen, but look, Malik and Darius were freshmen this year too. Absolutely. So I mean, it's not like we say, well, you can't count on freshmen. Well, they did this year. I mean, both those guys were true freshmen, and they held up the score. No, I don't think so. I may be wrong. Maybe I'm overrating those freshmen, but those guys are studs, man. All 4 of those kids are really good players. But I think JJ and Jordan Jordan can do a lot of the things A-Cup did, bring a lot of the stuff. I'm not saying he's good or better or whatever. I'm just saying he can do a lot of the things that Darius did. I think between JJ, Abdu, and Wilkerson, you can get a lot of what Thomas did, and you're going to have it from 3 different players, and that's not even counting a guy like, Slim Jesus, that can come in there and do different things for you. But I just think that Wilkerson is going to be better than a lot of people think he is. I know, I know he lit up Arkansas that night, and I've seen him play a few other times. And I thought that was a very good get. Yeah, he's 6'1", but, so what? I mean, he did lead, if I'm not mistaken, he led Georgia in steals this season. I know he had like 3 or 4 against Arkansas that night. He had a lot of steals. So he's active on defense, even if he's not a tall defender. He is active on defense. I will say that.
What do you think about Miranen? I know you've probably seen the highlights, and you may have seen more than a lot of the rest of us. What's your thought on that?
Man, I tell you what, he had, I want to say 10 points and 8 rebounds in the game he played in. I think he's a guy that he's stretch 4. And when you see the 7 foot tall, you think, well, he's the big man they need. No, he's not that. He's not the big man. He's more of he's a stretch 4. He's not a 5, but he is a guy that can. I think he can do a lot of the things that Trevin Brazile did, and maybe do them better. And certainly, now we're talking about 5th-year Trevin Brazile versus a freshman, so I'm not expecting him to come in and make people forget Trevin Brazile next year. But I think that gives you an idea of what he can do. I think he can bring a lot of what Trevin Brazile did, and in some ways do it better. I think he's more consistent shooter. He can certainly athletic, but so was Trevin. But that's who I remind him. See, I think of George Smith. I think of Darius Cup Jr. When I think of Miranen, I think of Trevin Brazile. I think Cal's bringing in guys that can match what they were doing and maybe give them more. But if you can get Kesey to go inside, that's going to give you more than you had last year in there, So that's I think he's a solid player, man. I like that pickup. I mean, he's a guy that North Carolina thought they had for the longest, Chuck. I mean, I'm talking about Miranen. Mm-hmm. They thought they had him. North Carolina did for the longest, and Arkansas just stayed persistent, stayed on him, stayed persistent, let him know how much he was wanted and needed, and all that good stuff, and they flipped the script on the Tar Heels, and maybe changing coaches hurt them. I don't know, but whatever the reason. But I don't think it was that as much as I think Cal just stayed on him and stayed persistent. And like I said earlier, if Cal's recruiting you, there's not a better coach in the country to recruit you than Cal is. I firmly believe that. I said that the day he was hired. I said, you getting the best recruiter in the country. Now, what he does with them after he gets them, we'll see. But I really felt like he was. I still feel like I've always felt like he was probably the best recruiter in the country, man. I mean, Bill Self's good, and I watched him get the number 1 player last night on TV, but I just don't think he's as good as Cal is recruiting.
All right, one more thing before we get out of here, Otis. Switching to football. Quick commentary, thoughts after spring football concludes. What are you left thinking?
What do you think of the spring game?
Yeah, I liked it, and I'll tell you why. And look, people taking the offense stunk. Look, people, they divided the squad equally. If they wanted the offense to put up big numbers, they would have left the number 1 offense against the number 2 or 3 defense and put up big numbers. That wasn't what they were looking for. They were putting it where it was an evenly divided game. This is the way they did it back in the old days. And it provides stuff that you don't have to have a funky scoring system. I love the way they divided the team. Hey, Sutton Smith didn't carry the ball. Braylon Russell only got a few carries. I mean, I really liked the way they divided the team. I was impressed with it. I mean, it was pretty much what I thought, but I liked the secondary didn't give up a lot of – they gave up the 65-yard pass to C.J. Brown from KJ, but other than that, the long passes weren't a thing of the game, common thing out there, and the tackling looked better. Roberts has said the tackling is going to be better. Ron Roberts has, and I saw that. Hey, two things, guys, real quick on football. If you can cut out the turnover, I mean, you're not going to cut them out, but if you can cut back on the turnovers dramatically and tackle better, that gives you some more wins right there. They would have been 4-0 to start the season last year if they just cut out the turnovers and tackled better. Those two things, they would have beaten Ole Miss and Memphis, and they'd have been 4-0 going into Notre Dame. Might not have made any difference in that game, but it would have made a difference overall. And that's, I think those are two areas that they're definitely getting better in. There wasn't fumbles Saturday, and that's just, it's killed. Those untimely fumbles have killed Arkansas in recent years.
There he is, Otis Kirk.
Otis.
Catch him on the Pig Trail Nation, Hogville, and various other places, including the World Wide Web on social media. Otis, great stuff.
Thank you, Otis. Thank you.
Thanks. You guys have a great day, guys.
You too, man.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. The legendary Otis Kirk. We're brought to you in part by Oaklawn. We'll be doing the show there on Friday. Oaklawn.com. Check out the events coming up, including the Rick Springfield concert Friday night and the last weekend of live racing, big giveaways at the casino this coming weekend as well. Oaklawn.com for all the details. Come join the fun at Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas's only casino resort.
We're talking down to people, Bart.
I'm going to talk down to people when they're wrong.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. With easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hey, it's Bo. What should you expect when it comes to a roof or a remodel? Here's Teamwork COO Brett Husky.
We make it easy. That's the first thing. Because when we looked at this, we felt like the process shouldn't be hard. And the easier we can make it for customers, the easier it makes it for us and for our people to continue to do business.
Teamwork Roofing and Construction, making it easy and now offering financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork. If you've been settling for a light beer that just doesn't quite do it, it's time to try Flight by Yingling. With nearly 200 years of tradition behind every sip and only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs in every can. Whether you're golfing, at a tailgate, or just hanging out in the backyard with friends, Flight delivers real beer flavor without the extra calories. Light beer and a full beer taste. That's something you don't have to apologize for. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
Hey, if you've been thinking about a new truck, now's the time to head over to Chevy of Fayetteville. Supplier pricing is backed by popular demand for the final days of Chevy Truck Month, and that means some seriously big savings. With over 200 new Chevys in stock and ready for immediate delivery, finding the right one has never been easy. Go see Chris, Mark, Denver, and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville inside the Fayetteville Auto Park, or visit ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Together, let's drive.
With Arkansas baseball, softball, and basketball seasons in full swing, there's no better place to catch all the action than Walk-On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, you won't miss a single play. Enjoy mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like po' boys and gumbo, plus the best burgers, draft beers, and cocktails that keep fans coming back. It's incredible food and a game day atmosphere like none other. With 5 locations across Arkansas, it's Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Heading to Baumwalker Stadium? Make the Stonebreaker Hotel part of your game day routine. Just minutes from the ballpark on Markham Hill, it's the perfect place to start or finish the night. Stop in for pre-game drinks and seasonal bites at the restaurant. Then come back after the final inning to relive the biggest plays. Or skip the late night drive and stay the night in one of Stonebreaker's modern guest rooms. Game days are better on the Hill. Visit stonebreakerhotel.com.
You're right, Chuck. You're right. You're right.
You're not wrong, Chuck.
About because
that's
we don't
all I
want
wanted to hear. That's really all I wanted to hear.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Haskell Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Haskell pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaskell.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Haskell is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to jamesboyett.com.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acura's, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutoPart.com. That's FayettevilleAutoPart.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated.
You're not a number here. It's a family atmosphere, and you're going to know who you are, you're going to know who your kids are, your family is.
DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people. It feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters.
We preach home time, and in essence, that's probably our biggest attribute is just the family atmosphere and knowing our drivers the way we do.
If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Chuck and I have been doing radio our entire lives. We've been doing shows like this our entire lives. But I feel like we've been having these same conversations for 30 years, Chuck. And it is basically, how do we win at football?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, let's talk about that. How do we win at
Yeah.
football? Otis seemed to think that Arkansas is okay. Coming out of spring ball, you can't really tell anything from the spring game results. I guess if you watch the game like Chuck did, you could take some things away from what you saw on the field. I like the idea that if you're a more disciplined football team, you don't have pre-snap penalties, you have better ball security, you get more takeaways, that you have a better chance to win. But we don't know, I don't think yet, whether they're as talented as they were last year. And before you say, what do you mean they won 2 games? They were in a bunch of one-score games. And so the natural thinking is, well, you clean up the things that cost you those games and you got a chance to win them. But do you have the caliber of players that had you in those games? I do think they're going to be better on defense than they were a year ago, and I don't know how you could be any worse, but I do think they'll be better.
Some of this mystery is by design. I mean, he said all week
That's
long.
right.
He said all week long it's going to be plain vanilla. Well, what's more plain vanilla than mixing up your offensive line? You have no idea other than, well, this guy made a nice play here, this guy made a nice play there. I'm not saying that's the whole purpose behind doing it the way they did. They wanted an evenly matched ball game, and I give them props for that. But we really don't know a whole lot more than we did going in, other than KJ does look like the starter. But maybe that's what they want everybody else to wonder about too.
What we do know is that Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer, and it brought you Breaking 90 with Bart, which the video is coming out soon. Crisp, clean, brewed by people who want flavor without the extra calories. It's just 95 calories, but taste like a Yingling. Flight by Yingling, 755 Chuck and Bo.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com. I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. And members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee. And for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home. Distribution Solutions Incorporated.
You're not a number here. It's a family atmosphere, and you're going to know who you are, you're going to know who your kids are, your family is.
DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people. It feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters.
We preach home time, and in essence, that's probably our biggest attribute is just the family atmosphere and knowing our drivers the way we do.
If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
I don't want Lane Kiffin at LSU. I want weird stuff going on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas fans know that some things are just timeless, like a spring afternoon at Baum Walker or the roar you only hear at Bud Walton. Our friends at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry believe your milestone should be just as enduring as the Razorback spirit. They've spent over 35 years helping fans celebrate their big moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. Whether you're marking a graduation, an anniversary, or just a big Saturday in the SEC, let their teams help you find that perfect piece. This spring, go big, go bold, and go to Blakeman's in the heart of Pinnacle Hills.
We talk a lot about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because our experience has been great. And Bo, you're going through it again right now.
For the second time. My son's a first-time home buyer. Him and his wife got a beautiful home. And for me, I just turned it over to them. They gave me a few things to sign, and it took all the work off my plate. And I just sit back and watch it happen.
That's what happens when you deal with a trained real estate professional. And that's what they are at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You and Bart are going to be rolling around in the home.
Okay.
No, let's not get carried away.
Well, that's a great topic.
You're putting too many years on me here.
Well, hold on, though. That's a great topic. You in a assisted living home. And you holding court and you being pissed off at people. That's a great topic.
Bart's
What does
gonna have an
Bart
illegal
look like
pudding
at
racket
86? What does an 86-year-old Bart look like in an assisted living home where he's in there holding court and telling people that he's going to run the place? He's going to run the place. And then, he's going to maybe get thrown out. Do people get thrown out of assisted living?
They do.
places?
They do. There are many, and I'm one of them. You've been through this with your parents, and I went through it with both my parents. You see some of the most incredible things, some of the funniest things you've ever seen in your life. I mean, and all you can do is laugh when you get in that situation. And I suspect Bart will provide a few of those moments when the time comes, and I hope I do too.
I can see it. Can you see it, Bart?
No, not right now.
Come on. No, that's way too far out for Bart. Bart did not think about that, right?
Well, yeah. I'm just talking about, you and dealing with people. Hey, get out of my room.
Well, I mean, look, nobody wants to be invaded.
There will always be
the good part is you can say those things at that age and
People
completely get away with it. I mean, completely get away with it.
Can you imagine Bart having a podcast in 86 and completely saying
The
whatever
whole
he
world's
wants?
going to hell in a handbasket.
Whatever he wants to say. Totally, kind of like the show, but you just another level.
Yeah.
Just on another level. The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for The Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I would argue that sometimes a Big Mac is like, that's gourmet, man. I'll take it.
When you're hungry, it's not bad.
If you made me pick a meal, like, hey, you could have anything. Like, if I was dying tomorrow, if I'm going to the, electric chair, I'm probably going to have a Big Mac.
No.
Are you
serious? Not a chance.
Tell me something that's better.
You don't go to the electric chair every day. I mean, you just don't. I mean, it calls for a Big Mac. I mean, it really does.
and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm at my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Here's Chuck Barrett.
Here we go. Bo
Here
Mattingly.
Here we go.
Bart Pullman, star of the show.
Yesterday was Celebration Tuesday. Today, it's What You Got Wednesday. What you got, Bart?
Why is the NCAA tournament expanding from 68 to 72 teams or 76 teams, Bart? What is the reasoning for this?
8 teams into the tournament.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Good morning.
It's a good old American greed.
It's greed from the power conferences. That's all this is. It's just wanting to beat their chest a little bit more about, hey, we got 15 teams in the NCAA tournament. Oh, yeah? Well, we got 16. Oh, yeah? Well, we got 17. It's a load of crap, man.
How are they going to format this? I mean, what does it mean for the television viewer?
Well, it's going to be brutal. First of all, because you're going to be watching.
It's going to be like a death march. It's going to be horrible.
You're going to be watching games
tonight on the CW.
You're going to be watching games against between bad teams, right?
Right.
More
More
games,
regular season action.
more games between bad teams. Always riveting television.
Yeah. What if there's an upset?
Can we find a positive in it? Like I know we've been very negative about it. Can we find a positive?
I just don't understand why. I don't understand.
I don't
why.
because I don't think the money.
It's not going to change the face of the tournament.
The money's not significant in terms of it going in the pot, like so to speak, like the NCAA revenue pot.
Per ESPN's report, the primary driver of this has not been money, but rather access for at-large bids for power conferences. The expansion has been pushed by power conferences, which have grown larger throughout the course of the current deal. So this is a Greg Sankey, Tony Petitti, et cetera situation. Yes. Well, I mean, they're to blame for most of everything that's going wrong in college athletics today.
So what is the reason for that? Not why they're to blame, but what is their reasoning for doing things that you think are awful?
Because they want more teams from their conference in the NCAA tournament. Plain and simple.
What do they get out of that besides bragging rights? They get money.
There's a little bit of money. I think we should move on.
Pennies.
It's not move the needle. Money.
Pennies. You get additional units if a team were to advance far enough.
Conventional
in the NCAA tournament.
thinking would be that you charge more because you have more inventory if you're the NCAA tournament. So the CBS company in this situation, Paramount, would have to pay more money for the tournament. Conventional thinking would be, okay, well, that means more money goes into the pot. But by the time you have a new site or you have to pay for travel or more teams to get
it's
in,
a wash.
you might make a little bit more
talking
money.
4 more games.
But we're not talking like, hey, they're doing this new deal and it's worth $200 million.
No.
You know, maybe they make another $1 million or something.
No. So you're going to have more play-in games during the week. There's not an extra weekend or anything like that.
So Monday, or I'm not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday would still be the opening round or whatever they call it.
4 more games.
Well, you're going to have more than that. You're going to have 12 more games. I'm sorry, not 12 more games. You're going to have 12 games total, 8 more games.
Right.
8? Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm bad at math.
Well, no, you're that may or may not be true, but it is confusing.
Well, yeah,
because,
we don't want to get bogged down in that.
Because you're going to have 6 at-large play-in games, 12 teams, at-large play-in games. Which is
I got you. I understand.
Just
now.
a ridiculous number. And then you're going to have 6 more automatic qualifier play-in games.
I have a question.
Which, by the way, is an oxymoron. Automatic qualifier play-in game does not make sense.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
Professor. Seems to me, and my question is, are we just expanding the preamble to the actual NCAA tournament that we all think begins on Thursday? where you don't have to have your bracket filled out
I think
until
that's
that
the big
first
deal.
11 a.m. game on Thursday.
Yeah.
So by expanding the tournament, Professor Pullman, are we just extending the preamble to the actual tournament?
In some ways of thinking, yes.
What other way of thinking is
Well,
there?
I mean,
There's multiple ways. Do we have to have our brackets filled out on Tuesday now?
no.
Is that the way it's going to work?
No, and if anybody's making you pick these games, that's
Well,
not
you
a-
got what'd you say? 8 games? That's significant.
Too many. There are 12 total games.
Let's get bogged down on the number of
How
games.
many
again.
games are How many games before the actual tournament begins?
Yeah.
I mean,
you would
seriously.
have 12 games.
Why?
That's what I'm saying.
What are we doing?
That gets us down to 64
So,
or what?
you made, believe it or not, you made a good point, and I caught the point amidst all the adjectives you used in the first hour of the
Would you
first
like
segment
some
of the
more?
show.
It's flowed and flowed.
It was phenomenal. If you missed it, the segment's not great. Other than it's the second segment, I think.
It is.
The segment's not great, and there's a bunch of minutia. But Bart is fantastic.
It will be put onto YouTube.
It was
as its
golden.
own.
It was absolutely golden.
Edward's just going to pull all the the command of the English
Riley.
language.
Yes.
Riley's going to put that together later, and you'll want to
Riley's
see that. And I forget where I was going now, but I believe it was something.
You said something about
to
me
do
making a
with-
good
That's
point.
what it was. It was that.
Bart
There was
remembers.
a point lost in all the vocabulary. There was a point that you made, which was it's going to hurt automatic qualifiers. So, like, if
Yes.
you win your tournament and you're, let's say, a mid-major, and normally you would get to play like a big team on a Thursday in the NCAA tournament, all those people are going to be pushed into what's not even the real NCAA tournament now, and they're going to be playing in that early session deal on a Tuesday or Wednesday night, which they would have to qualify again to get in what we call the real tournament. Because unless you feel differently than I do, and I think this is probably how most people feel, the NCAA tournament actually begins on Thursday. That's the day you stop paying attention at work. That's the day you start neglecting responsibilities. That's the day you make bad decisions and go to a bar at 11 a.m.
So
am I wrong? That's the day the NCAA tournament
That's a
begins.
good day.
So it is.
It's a great day. It's a great day.
We're not moving that day back
That's
to
a
Tuesday.
great day. Don't
It's a
be
great
messing
day.
with that
That's
day.
the tradition. That's when you get a vasectomy.
So
you have a real reason to miss
I
work.
wasn't really thinking about that. But
Yeah, it's a real thing.
I know.
So,
I know.
people do
I
it.
know
Marty
they
Mack
do.
is special
I
for
know they do.
vasectomies.
I know that.
So as things stand today in the 68 team bracket, you have 4 automatic qualifiers who are forced to play in that opening round in Dayton. And
Forced.
Well, they are. They are forced. Personally, I find that appalling.
Here we go.
Well, it is.
Bring
they
it, man. Bring
they
it.
have qualified for the NCAA tournament proper. They should not have to play
That's a new
in
word.
some
That is
sort of
good.
opening round game to play their way into the tournament again. I already think that's bad. I think that's really poor form by the NCAA, and have thought that since it expanded to 68 teams. Well, now you're going to have 12 of those teams that are in that situation, right? And so you're going to have, if it was this year, you would have Lehigh versus Prairie View A&M, which already happened. Howard versus UMBC, which already happened. You would have Queens and LIU to be a 16 seed. You would have Furman and Siena to be a 16 seed. Kennesaw State and Wright State to be a 15 seed. Idaho and Tennessee State to be a 15 seed. You have teams that were seeded higher that are now going to be seeded lower and be given an even worse chance to advance in the NCAA tournament because of this.
I just figured it out. This is all for Dayton. Dayton is expanding their
No,
tournament.
they're not.
They're not all playing in Dayton?
No, they're going to have another site.
Okay, I know. Well, then Galveston's
okay.
going to win.
Galveston.
They're going to play in Galveston,
Yeah,
Texas.
let's go
Heard
to
Charles
Galveston.
Barkley talking about this just the other year.
Disappointing on us. Where they going, Chuck? Galveston? That dirty ass water. We're not even gonna send them to Cancun. We're gonna send them to Galveston where that dirty ass water be washing up on the shore and you people think they're in the beach. Y'all okay? We y'all gonna send y'all to Cancun. Y'all drive y'all quit. Drive your ass down to Galveston. Come on, man.
So they're not taking a little.
Come on, they didn't even try, man. We're not getting them no plane ticket to the beach. We sitting there as to Galveston, Texas, right where that dirty water washed up on the beach. They can't even get in the water.
Galveston is a good spot for this.
Hey, you know,
it's a good. That's a perfect spot for this expansion.
You know what it's a great spot for? It's a great spot for the NCAA president and these power conference commissioners to go on their annual retreats
have their
and to go on their meetings. You don't get to stay at the Ritz. You don't get to stay at the Omni. Take your butts to Galveston, Texas.
Not going to Destin.
No. Yeah. You go to Galveston because that's what you deserve for consistently attempting to make great products worse.
Look up the best hotel in Galveston. Can you find a resort? I think we can help.
Is
Galveston
there an Omni
here.
in Galveston?
I think we can help Galveston here. We could have the playoff committee meet there as well.
Yeah. Just all the bozos. Let's just get all the bozos.
Yeah.
Send them to Galveston.
Yeah, they got conflict anyhow with the what's the place I went to for the playoff selection show? Where did that with all the Christmas stuff and all the? It's in near Dallas.
I don't know. You went.
I know.
Las Colinas.
Oh, the Texas Gaylord. The Gaylord. The Gaylord, Texas, whatever. And they got there's a conflict anyhow because they got all like Christmas stuff going on. So they need to go to Galveston. I think they could focus better there too. You make a good point. You make a good point. All of these college leaders, instead of meeting in these swanky places, should go to Galveston.
They don't deserve swanky places. They're ruining everything. Like they are slimy and do not deserve anything nice.
Slimy.
They are slimy.
They don't
Every
deserve
single
anything
one of
nice.
them. They're greedy. They're manipulative.
I thought he was going to say
They're manipulative.
They're
They are
irreparably
greasy.
harmful.
They're that too. This is such a travesty.
Did someone play One Shining Moment? Could we play that?
That's what they need.
Yeah,
more
more in the
content.
background. Going, this is a travesty. This is catastrophically stupid.
That's awesome. Yeah, the One Shining Moment is going to take out.
I don't have it I don't have enough time to say all the rude.
Oh, go ahead.
things
We got
that I would like
go
to
ahead.
say
We
about-
got 50 minutes. Knock yourself out.
Just for you. What do you have? And not to put you on the spot or anything, but can you
let it
come up
rip.
with some
Just-
other words?
Just let it rip, man.
I'm sure I can. But I mean, look, this is a nonsensical idea
There's one.
that is not fair to the teams that have earned their way into the NCAA tournament field, whether via automatic qualifier or have an actual good resume of beating good teams and earning their way into the field as an at-large team. You are going to have some truly putrid teams in the NCAA tournament next year. Like Oklahoma State and Virginia Tech.
If you can get plethora in there, we might have bingo.
Oklahoma State and Virginia Tech would meet in a game in this play-in round, this opening round. Arizona State and Cal. Nobody wants this. Like, those are just bad basketball teams that don't have any reason to be in the NCAA tournament whatsoever. The regular season has to matter.
This is really going to crush the NIT field.
What about that crown tournament out there?
What about these other secondary tournaments? How do they feel about this?
I mean, look,
holy cow!
This is
if you miss the NCAA tournament,
not fair.
You stink.
Yeah,
this is you really will stink.
Like
now.
you're terrible.
You really will be. You really will be. You'll have to be absolutely horrible to miss the NCAA tournament.
Horrible.
We were talking just this year about how bad the bubble was and how poor some of these teams were that were being considered for at-large bids. And now it's like, well, you know what? Why don't we just add a bunch more of those really awful teams? And that's what we're going to do. All because conference commissioners, athletic directors, they're greedy. They want more. They always want more. This will not be enough. After a couple of years, they'll want to expand it even further and further and further and further until they just
How many
absolutely
furthers? How many furthers?
Until they absolutely and categorically destroy the NCAA tournament. That's what these idiots would do if they're given the chance.
They would.
That's what they would do.
Tragic.
That's what they would do
It's a
if they were
travesty.
given the chance. And I seriously, I said this earlier, and I mean it.
This is over expanding the tournament by 18.
I want to hear from Greg Sankey. I want to hear from Tony Petitti. I want to hear from Hunter Yurachek and every sitting athletic director and conference commissioner of a power conference team as to why this is a good idea. So, because right now I'm not hearing anything that says it's a good idea. Not hearing a single thing from anybody as to why this is a good idea. Which means, guess what? Y'all are a bunch of morons. Congratulations.
What to Watch is brought to you by Macadoodles. where they have something to cure all ails, including Barnes.
Awesome.
The best selection of spirits, wine, craft beer, domestic, whatever you're looking for, Macadoodles is sure to have it. In fact, if anybody does have it, they will. Just north of the state line in Pineville, Missouri. You'll find them at Guess Who in Bentonville as well. They've been building their customer service for 28 years, giving the customer more than they expect. In fact, more than 20,000 customers are already enjoying rewards from loyalty points. That means free stuff for you. They've got a great allocated selection, always something surprising out there. Again, hard to find stuff you can find at Macadoodles. And guess what? It's Wednesday, and Bart could use this Wine Down Wednesday. That's 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale, and they've got a great selection. Macadoodles bringing you what to watch. Again, just north of the state line in Pineville, and a Guess Who in Bentonville. Bart, what are we watching today? 3 o'clock baseball game, Northwestern State. That's on the SEC Network Plus.
That's right.
And we're also monitoring your heart rate. Other than that,
my heart rate's fine.
The NBA playoffs are on, correct?
Yeah, the
Bart
NBA
does
playoffs
things
are
like
on.
this to relax. I mean, he goes.
Some of us work out.
Yeah.
Bart loses his mind.
That's how he relaxes.
Yeah, NBA playoffs on as well. I'm trying to pull up the.
That's
the
okay.
schedule for
All we
today.
need to do is tell people that it's there.
No,
they'll find it.
Magic Pistons. That is at 6 on Prime Video. The Orlando leads that series 3-1. They could knock out the top-seeded Pistons with a win
tonight.
think they're
today,
going to.
tonight in Detroit. Raptors Cavs at 6:30 on ESPN. That series tied 2-2. Rockets Lakers at 9 on ESPN. Lakers lead that series 3-1. Can close it out tonight. Maybe no Kevin Durant for Houston tonight.
There he is. I mean, just snaps right back into professionalism.
He can play a role now. What an actor.
I mean, what a guy. What a guy. The most interesting man in the world.
Somebody give me a Dos Equis.
Yeah, we got a flight for you, but whatever you need. 819, good morning. We're full service here. We're like the concierge of sports talk radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oakland is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oakland Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. fsbank.com, member FDIC.
This is Chuck Barrett, and I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye Associates for my recent cataract surgery. They took great care of me. You have to have good vision to be the voice of the Razorbacks, and I'm glad I trusted my eyes to McDonald Eye. I learned patients of all ages have a lot of options when it comes to modern surgery to reduce or even eliminate your eyeglasses. They've been taking care of patients for over 50 years, and that says a lot. So for your best vision, trust McDonald Eye. Online and same-day appointments at mcdonaldeye.com.
Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered.
Having what they came down here for in stock on the shelf is very important. You're going to find everything that you could possibly want. I've heard customers tell me, Bo, over the years that they may be sitting around, somebody brings up some weird name whiskey, and somebody will chime in and say, well, if anybody's got it, it's going to be Macadoodles.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville. Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, it's Bo. What should you expect when it comes to a roof or a remodel? Here's Teamwork's COO, Brett Husky.
We make it easy. That's the first thing. Because when we looked at this, we felt like the process shouldn't be hard. And the easier we can make it for customers, the easier it makes it for us and for our people to continue to do business.
Teamwork Roofing and Construction, making it easy, and now offering financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by Teamwork.
There are some traditions in Arkansas that we pass down from generation to generation, and at Blakeman's, they believe your jewelry should be one of them. As the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they've spent over 35 years helping families celebrate their most meaningful moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. This Mother's Day, honor the woman who started it all with a gift as remarkable as she is. From brilliant diamonds to modern-day essentials for daily wear, Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, celebrating Arkansas families since 1987.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the Pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
I mean, there are negatives that are you can point to fairly readily, and I don't mean that against any of them. We've all got negatives.
Let's talk about that.
I'm not going to lie.
What are they?
But I'm not going to talk about it either.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bart's going to figure out more stuff here in just a little bit.
Edward's in favor of.
I know.
At least he's going to play that role.
Edward has.
That's right.
No, Edward, I think feels it strongly. I'm looking forward to this. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. I know we were talking about the ball game. They're going to be at the ballpark today. Hogs play. The thing about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, is they're your friends and your neighbors. I mean, they're right here in the community. They're the people you see at ball games. They're the people you see at school events and church and things like that. And that's part of the reason they've been around here for so long. Part of the community. They know the area. They know the people they serve. It's part of the equation for them. Now, whether you're a buyer or a seller, Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, is really the only name you need to remember. If you need to sell your home, ask Bo. Happens fast. Happens really fast.
Bang.
Bang. If you're looking to buy a home, they will help you find the home of your dreams. And they've been doing this since 1978. Washington and Benton counties, Fort Smith, Branson, WeichertGriffin.com.
Well, let's go to I-40. Rod's driving a truck, and he wants to talk to us about tournament expansion.
Rod, your thoughts?
Yeah, morning, guys. I got a late start, and the first thing I heard when I turned the radio on was tournament expansion. I'm like, are you kidding me? Seriously. We got enough teams. We got more than enough teams already. I mean, what are we going to stop at about, 64 seed? Let's just give them all a little tournament, participation trophy and send them home a pat on the head.
Give them a ribbon. Everybody gets a ribbon.
Yep, a little medal.
Let's just throw in Northside Grizzlies while we're at it. Come on, guys.
Why not?
I mean, this is supposed to be an achievement. You're supposed to work to get here. This is supposed to be a crowning of your season. And what do I get? Somebody says Galveston. Oh yeah, I want to go back there. I was in the oil field in the '80s. No thanks.
That was kind of a joke, but
Yeah.
Guantanamo Bay is
true.
actually
We
being
could-
considered as a site.
What is
Guantanamo?
Yeah,
Bay.
Oklahoma. Yeah. I mean, Oklahoma State and them could host a regional. We could have it at Enid. Yeah, that's where I want to go.
The Washington
Come on, guys.
County
I don't want to
Fairgrounds.
go there either.
How about War Memorial
I mean,
Stadium? Put a court up, play outside. That would be interesting. Outside
There has to be
basketball.
rails on
If
this.
you make one of those last 8 spots, you play outside.
On
Let's
that
make it
airship
interesting.
carrier in the ocean
we'll
again.
It's
windy. It's always windy in March.
That was
you
a
know?
great idea.
Wilson Park.
Make them swim back from Galveston. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. We're out of ferry money. Come on now. I mean, this is really bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're right. Thanks, Rod. Edward's going to tell us, give us a different perspective. We need that.
Well, can we slow down for a minute?
Yes.
I feel like the first thing we always do whenever something that is good is changed is the first reaction is always, why not just keep it the way it is? And that's fine. I get it. But I do think there's another perspective to take into account. I think there's at least one person in this room that agrees with me. Yes. They're not yet. Probably Bart at me in a few minutes. There's at least one person in this room who agrees with me when I say that the NCAA tournament is the best sports event on the calendar all year long. I believe that to be true, and it's my favorite. It's Bart's favorite. I don't know how you guys feel.
It's good.
But it's very good.
Nah, it's gotten worse with the expansion of teams.
And,
There's too many teams, but other than that, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
And when it's over, we are missing basketball. So what's wrong with 2 more days? What's wrong with starting it on a Tuesday? You don't have to wait all week long for the tournament. You get I actually enjoyed the first 4 this year. There were good teams, there was good games. So why not have a positive outlook on it?
Yeah.
There's
Well,
more
please
days.
go cynical,
There's
is what you're
more
saying.
to enjoy. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You get more days of enjoying tournament basketball.
Well,
what's wrong with that?
I used to say things like that.
Yeah.
I did. I really did. Like
You're
bowl
still
games,
young and
people said-
idealistic.
That's right.
People said things like, well, like there's too many bowl games. And I'm like, well, don't watch them if you don't want to watch them.
Exactly.
For this particular thing, I think it's because we're taking an exclusive event and making it less exclusive, which makes it
by 8.
Which
who cares?
Yeah, but
by 8.
Well, now it's 12 because we expanded it 4 already.
I'm still confused on the math.
But I
Me
mean,
too.
we went from 64 to 68. Now we're going to 76. So now we're at 12 teams. And the thing is about the getting teams in, those teams that aren't getting in or that are on the bubble aren't going to win the tournament anyhow. And so my question is, then why are we just playing extra games? Because that's not, it's not. And I think the same thing about the college football playoff in that the semifinal games are most likely going to be the best games and the other games aren't going to be that great. And so what happens in that case in football is we have minimized the bowl games to where they don't feel important and everybody wants to opt out if you're not playing for the national championship. If we only had 4 teams that were playing for the national championship and we still had good bowl games with really good matchups, there's like something on the line.
I
there.
tend to agree with that, but I think it's totally 2 different
They are,
sports and
they are,
tournaments.
but the more you expand something like the Masters we talked about earlier, if everybody can get tickets to the Masters, if everybody can get a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle, which is not even that great, it's okay, but it's allocated, and so it feels special.
That's fine.
If everybody can get in that certain restaurant, it loses some appeal.
Well, I would argue that what makes the NCAA tournament great is the amount of teams in it. There's no other tournament like it in college sports or professional sports where there's that many teams. You see upsets early every year. It's fun. So I don't know why
I'm with
it's
you.
such
I
a
hear you.
problem. I don't
One
think it's
last thought.
comparable
I
to
got
all
you.
these other things.
Okay, one last thought. Right now, we have the conference tournaments that are really exciting. That's the beginning of March Madness because you, in a lot of cases, have to win your tournament to get in, or you can really improve where you are on the bubble by winning a couple of games. So then we're basically going to take that and turn it into like 2 days later, we're going to have a whole bunch of other teams that are playing just to get into the tournament again. Because this isn't really the NCAA tournament. The NCAA tournament really starts on Thursday. So it's like we're calling it the NCAA tournament, but we've got like a pre-tournament happening right after the conference tournament. And Bart, I know you're pleased with my thoughts there. And
well, I think it dilutes potentially the allure of Thursday.
That's what I mean. That's the first day.
I'm concerned that we're going to have to change the time we fill out our brackets. There are going to be so many games on Tuesday, you're going to have to fill out your bracket on Tuesday.
You got like 24 hours.
But if you don't expand, how's Kentucky going to get in? So I don't know. I mean, you can make an argument on both sides. Both sides.
Hey, you don't have to expand to win at Blakeman's. Everybody wins at Blakeman's. You walk out of there with that purple bag, and you think to yourself, I won, especially if it's for Mom's Day. You're going to feel like I won because Mom's going to feel great. Blakeman's has been celebrating Arkansas families since 1987. They're the official jeweler of the Razorbacks, and they will give you memories of a lifetime. Go by and see them today. 832, good morning. Are we a bunch of idiots or what? Yes.
Yes, we are. Yes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Baseball taught me teamwork, dedication, and the power of community. That's why I'm teaming up with Paschal ProPath to give back to charities that give every kid a chance to play. And right now you can pitch in. For every Paschal member signed up today through the end of May, Paschal will donate a portion of every membership to give back to youth sports. Become a member today, help give back in a big way. Pitch in with Paschal ProPath and help support kids in your community. Join today at PaschalProPath.org.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and when it comes to a roof or remodel, let me recommend Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Here's Teamwork COO Brett Husky on what you can expect.
We're going to be there when we say we're going to be there. We're going to have really high-quality people that are going to be there that are extremely talented at what they do. You're going to get more than what you bargained for.
And Teamwork Roofing and Construction now offers financing. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by teamwork.
There's never a good deal good enough for the bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, Chuck and I still be doing a show when Arkansas wins a national championship in football.
No. And I'm no.
We'll all be dead and gone.
No.
Well, what about Everett? Will he be here to see it?
What about
No.
What about Bennett?
What about my son?
Yeah, what about
No.
Bennett? He's not even, how old's Bennett? 2?
He'll be 2 1 month from now.
I mean, there's
Now, why do you say that?
My point is there is no evidence.
Okay, good.
There is no evidence whatsoever that points to that.
How about Ryder,
based on
my grandkid?
what we have
Ryder's slightly
today?
younger.
Does my grandkid have a chance
Sure,
at a lifetime
maybe
football
so.
national
Maybe so.
championship?
What about Ryder's children?
So
don't
that's
even
the
know.
near future.
Yeah.
That's the near future.
Look, I mean,
Now, come on, Bart. Why do you say that?
because there's no evidence to support the idea that Arkansas is anywhere remotely close to competing for a national championship in football. There's zero evidence to
What if
point
they
to
get
that.
lucky?
Well, you know,
I disagree slightly.
Oh, okay, that's fine. But
I'll tell you why. But go ahead.
There's nothing that says that this roster, that this coaching staff, that anything is remotely close to winning a championship.
Well, they just got here.
Well, I know.
And they would have said this. In fairness, they would have said the same thing about Signetti when he got to Indiana.
Sure, maybe so. And sure, you can catch lightning in a bottle, but there are so many other sports that are an awful lot closer to winning a national championship here than.
But does it
than
matter?
football.
I'm talking about not to that team and the program. I'm talking about the fan base, which is every Arkansan that cares anything about the Razorbacks. Does it matter? If you win every single championship in 18 other sports, does it matter?
It should, because you're not going to win one in football anytime soon.
Yeah, but whether it should or not, it doesn't change whether it does.
I understand that. I do. I really do.
You know, Oaklawn and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklawn Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel. Enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oaklawn Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals all through America's best sports betting app. Oaklawn is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oaklawn.com.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas, and they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com.
I'd like to go to Augusta National.
I would like.
Never been.
I like how you say it better too. Augusta. It's phonetically pleasing.
I strive to be phonetic.
I know you do.
It's one of my goals every morning.
It's a good one.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The reaction to Arkansas's 5-star get yesterday is still rolling in from Murinen. And we're going to play some of that here in a second. We went to Big Creek, but Bart broke 90. That video is coming out probably today. It'll be a huge announcement. It'll be on billboards and all over. I mean, everywhere you go, people are going to be talking about it. We turned Netflix and Amazon Prime down just so we could have it exclusively on the Chuck and Bo YouTube channel. But we were over at Big Creek, and while we were playing, I saw all these home sites on the golf course that they've now opened for business. Like, they have home sites for sale, new construction for the first time in 20 years. If you want to raise your family somewhere awesome, welcoming, genuinely beautiful, the kids have room to roam, the neighbors know your name, the weekends are spent on the golf course or the lake or the trails or the river. That's the Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home. A great, vibrant community, year-round events for all ages. Small town, but a big life. It's an awesome place. Go to bigcreekgolf.com. Get more information today. That's bigcreekgolf.com. Love spending time there. Absolutely love it. All right. We've got one of the crew's favorite guys here, and I say that facetiously, if I could use a word that hasn't been used on the show today, because most of them have been used from the English language today. I think that one's safe. Here's Jeff Goodman on Murinen coming to Arkansas.
Right, has all the talent in the world, but a lot of people question, including people I've talked to, question whether he's got those intangibles, whether he's got the winning ways. But maybe Jordan Smith will rub off Mika Murinen a little bit, because again, I love the kid. When I saw him 2 summers ago, I fell in love with him and his game. It's just the more you talk to coaches and people, and again, like I said, two elite programs have basically said, like, no, we're not taking a chance on this kid, right? And backed off. I think Cal, he's rolling the dice a little bit here, but he's done it before and it's paid off. So why not roll it again?
Okay.
Maybe I'm missing something. Who are the ones that backed off?
Elite programs, huh?
Guys, Jeff Goodman doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, you want to...
He likes to say intangibles. I know that.
He likes to act like he's a big deal and he knows stuff, but he doesn't. And
well, everyone's going to try to... I mean, we've got people here that are trying to poke holes in this.
Well, I mean, Mika Murinen's a really good player. We're talking about a guy in Jeff Goodman who also said that Jordan Smith Jr. is a really good player, but maybe more like a 4-year college player than a one and done. I mean, if that's your evaluation of Jordan Smith Jr., I don't know if you've ever watched the game of basketball, because he's an incredible talent and rated where he is for a reason. Whatever. Well, that's a plethora of crap coming out of Jeff Goodman's mouth right there.
Well, how about we hear one more? You guys up for one more? Now it's a minute long, but this is Eric Bossy's take. I don't know who Eric Bossy is. Somebody's going to have to tell me. But it's here in the it's in the vault to play today.
He's a director of basketball at 24/7 Sports.
Okay, so he's another recruiting guy. Here's what he said about this get for Arkansas.
You know, with Mika Miranen, there's a lot to digest here. He's a kid that came over from Finland during his sophomore year. We saw him at Sunrise Christian. Then he played his junior year at Arizona Compass Prep before deciding to go play in Serbia this year. Anyone who's clicked on a highlight of him, whether it be on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, wherever, you don't have to be a seasoned scout to see that this guy is an elite mover at 6'10". He's bouncy. He goes viral regularly with some of his dunks and stuff like that. You can also see that he's a guy who wears his emotions on his sleeve. You know, the trick is going to be, can he channel all that energy in the right direction? Can he, when there's some things not going his way, will he revert to, hey, listening to what coaches told me and trusting that versus, you know, crashing out or melting down or anything like that? I've said this during the recruitment process. I felt like if there is a coach out there who was built to get the most out of Mika Miranen, it's unquestionably John Calipari. You know, he's dealt with it all. He's dealt with every type of ego. He's dealt with every type of talent.
DeMarcus Cousins, you know, if you try to draw a comparison.
Yeah, his track record is pretty proven, right? And I think this is a situation where a big part of him choosing to go to Arkansas, and I think Travis will back me up on this, is that he feels like John Calipari is the guy who can mold him to what he needs to be and also help get the right message out about him.
All right, so good.
Well, if they're worried about him, you know, wearing his heart on his sleeve or whatever out there on the floor, he's going to have some help with that. You know, he's going to have a coaching staff and teammates that are going to help him out with that. And
Darius Acuff was said to have bad body language when he got here.
I mean, look, here's the thing about anytime you hear someone say like what Jeff Goodman said, when you talk to coaches, how many times do you see this on your football magazines? Anonymous coach says, you could be talking to a GA. I mean, you could just be talking to a guy that for whatever reason doesn't like it.
And to that point, Chuck, of course opposing coaches are going to say bad things about the player they missed out on. Of course they are. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, well, you know, we decided we didn't want to go after him because of this. Good luck to him at Arkansas. Like, of course that's what a coach is going to say. Like, be more intelligent.
Boy, it's good to be at the top, man.
Be
People
more
poke holes.
intelligent.
They want to poke holes. You're at the top.
Than a
You know
rock.
What? You know what? It's way worse when nobody's talking about the recruits you have. They're
We've
not even
been
on the
through
radar.
that
Yeah,
a
we
few
have.
times over the years. Well, they signed a couple of guys in basketball. Well, let's move on to baseball.
Got to hit a break. 8:44. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Today's a beautiful Wednesday. Just embrace it.
Going to be a
enjoy it.
really
Just-
lovely day.
You know what? It's zipper day. Make sure yours is up, but also just give somebody a hug. I mean, look, this is what we do. We heal the hurting. We touch the hearts. We talk about the things that matter to people.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, if you've been thinking about a new truck, now's the time to head over to Chevy of Fayetteville. Supplier pricing is backed by popular demand for the final days of Chevy Truck Month, and that means some seriously big savings. With over 200 new Chevys in stock and ready for immediate delivery, finding the right one has never been easy. Go see Chris, Mark, Denver, and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville inside the Fayetteville Auto Park, or visit ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Together, let's drive.
If you've been settling for a light beer that just doesn't quite do it, it's time to try Flight by Yingling. With nearly 200 years of tradition behind every sip and only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs in every can. Whether you're golfing, at a tailgate, or just hanging out in the backyard with friends, Flight delivers real beer flavor without the extra calories. Light beer and a full beer taste. That's something you don't have to apologize for. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
Looking for tough, reliable equipment from folks who feel like neighbors? WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. They're big hog fans, just like you, and they're always ready to help you find the right equipment for your job. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust to get the work done right. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcat machines, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
There are some traditions in Arkansas that we pass down from generation to generation, and at Blakeman's, they believe your jewelry should be one of them. As the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, they've spent over 35 years helping families celebrate their most meaningful moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. This Mother's Day, honor the woman who started it all with a gift as remarkable as she is. From brilliant diamonds to modern-day essentials for daily wear, Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, celebrating Arkansas families since 1987.
When it comes to sports and work, we all understand preparation, performance, and recovery. And that's exactly how the Sweat No Edge works. I'm in the program myself. I've told you about it before. It's designed for men who want to stay competitive as they age, with hormone therapy for low testosterone, peptide therapy, metabolic testing, in-body scans, weight loss, and so much more. If you want to feel like you once did, get the free consultation. Log on to sweatnomcosmetic.com or just search the Sweat No Edge. Hey, it's Bo, and what if home meant waking up to bent grass fairways, mountain views, and a community that actually feels like one? Big Creek Golf and Country Club in Mountain Home, Arkansas has just released brand new home sites right on the golf course. The first new construction in 20 years. These are premium properties in a safe, welcoming community surrounded by the natural beauty of the Ozarks at a price that might surprise you. Go big and go home. Visit BigCreekGolf.com today. That's BigCreekGolf.com.
Hold on, guys. I'm on the Chuck and Bo Show. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acura, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated.
You're not a number here. It's a family atmosphere, and you're going to know who you are, going to know who your kids are, your family is.
DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people. It feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters.
We preach home time, and in essence, that's probably our biggest attribute is just the family atmosphere and knowing our drivers the way we do.
If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple. If you listen closely, you can actually hear society crumbling. If you listen closely.
You can.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, shout out to Easton McCullough, the Farmington sophomore, who's the Arkansas Gatorade Player of the Year. Not surprising. That's girls basketball. Man, she is an absolute star. It'll be interesting to see what happens with her career. But back-to-back state championships as a freshman and sophomore. And, I mean, she just routinely scores 35 to 55 a game and can knock down shots.
That's a lot.
All over the gym. And so congratulations to her. Where do you guys want to end today? We want to go with what we learned. I learned about a lot about the English
Should
language.
I tell my story from this morning?
Yeah. We were going to get to this at 6:15, and he just left us. What happened?
I'll be brief, and then we'll do something else.
What happened, Edward? Go ahead.
So I come in about 4:30 like I normally do, and
First one here.
4:45, whatever.
Well, it used to be 3:30.
I come up the stairs. Yeah, I don't do 3:30 anymore. I come up the stairs, and the first thing I always do, I turn on all the lights, and I go straight to the coffee machine to get my coffee going. And so I do it, get it going, come back into the studio, turn everything on, and then venture back to get my finished coffee. And when I went back, there was coffee everywhere on the counter in the kitchen area and no cup on the coffee machine.
Wow.
And so there is a steaming puddle of hot coffee just all over, just everywhere. So if you notice the trash can by the coffee machine, by the break room, there is coffee-soaked napkins filling the trash can.
Yeah.
So I spent quite a while cleaning it up, and it's got the little tray that catches coffee, and I was like, okay, it caught most of it.
Did you drink
I
out of
picked
that?
up, no.
Yeah, and then you spilled that, too.
Well, I didn't spill it, but I picked up the coffee machine, and more came out after I had cleaned up the surrounding area.
Yeah.
So that was my start to it.
I've done that.
That's enough. That's enough to make a man want to quit.
I
thought about giving up today.
That's a start to the day.
It's not good.
You know, Smoothie King, I've noticed right outside the front door, Smoothie King on Joyce in Fayetteville. I go in there probably 2 or 3 times a week. And every day I go in there, somebody else has spilled a smoothie right outside the door. And I'm like, how
They've got it in their hands.
Yes,
they open the door and boom, there it goes.
They drop it. And there's a spilled smoothie like every time I go there.
You take a spoon to the pavement?
No, it's been trampled.
Steal a
through.
few bites.
But morning coffee and knocking something over, like you didn't plan for that in your routine.
I'm very routine, like the way I come in and do things, and so that when I get thrown off, I just it's hard to bounce back.
How have you done it today?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's remarkable.
I don't know.
A man with internal fortitude,
That's right.
high character, who draws something more than just circumstances.
That's right.
From within. In the good and the bad. Edward just keeps rolling. I don't know if you heard, there's going to be an expansion of the basketball.
I heard
tournament.
something about that. I'm anxious to hear what Bart thinks. And maybe at some point we'll find out.
Bart, is today your day? National Shrimp Scampi Day? We have National Zipper Day. But is National Shrimp Scampi Day your day? Or are you a Chilean sea bass guy? What is the bougiest order you can make on a menu, Bart? Like, bring it right now. Give it to us. What's a bougie order for Bart? Lamb chops? What do you get?
No, I mean, I'm not going to turn down like a steak.
Come on,
like
give me a
fillet.
Bart bougie order.
No.
I'll have the shrimp scampi, please.
Chilean sea bass is pretty bougie.
Chilean sea bass.
I'll have the sea bass.
Oh,
Do you mean the Chilean sea bass? Yes.
Well, yes.
Please,
Is there
thank
another
you.
one?
Yes.
The shrimp scampi, no?
No.
I just had you pegged for a shrimp scampi.
Shrimp scampi's fine. Like, I
I
don't
love-
have any.
That's not really bougie.
I don't have any
I mean,
problem
shrimp
with
scampi's not
scampi.
bougie.
It's not my day.
Wait until Bennett's like 10, 11. You take him and a friend. He's got a friend. You guys go out to dinner. You're at a restaurant. And you're getting Bennett something off the kids' menu. And you say, Johnny, what would you like? I'll have the shrimp scampi, please.
No, you will not.
Just wait. It'll
The
happen.
kids menu says 12 and under. You will be ordering from that.
Just wait.
Chicken
It'll-
tenders.
I'll
Unless
have-
your dad sent you
I'll have the
cash.
shrimp scampi. All right. And again, this is a big reminder. It is National Zipper Day. I mean, really, check your zipper.
Check it
today.
now.
Stay
Check it
vigilant.
now. Stay vigilant.
Stay vigilant.
Happy birthday to Jerry Seinfeld, one of the best. I didn't know he shared a birthday with Willie Nelson.
Michelle Pfeiffer, too.
Icons.
Uma
Hey,
Thurman.
have a great Razorback Wednesday, and maybe check out a show in Kentucky today. See how they're doing.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutoPark.com. That's FayettevilleAutoPark.com. You know, I love talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, and Bo's latest selling experience is a perfect example of why. Within 5 minutes of listing his home, Bo had a showing, and just 2 days later, he had an offer. And just like my own experience with them, they took care of everything from start to finish. That's what you get when you work with a trained real estate professional. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, has been turning houses into homes since 1978, serving Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and Branson. For more information, log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
Brew Pig Suey is coming back to